I figured this out last night. So there we go. I figured it out. There we go. Hi. Oh, wait, I got to do this. Woo, I'm going to be seamless by tomorrow. Bitch is working. I'm sorry. I was excited. I got it together tonight. I got it together. Yesterday was tragedy. All right, guys, welcome in. Happy. I'm very happy to have you here because you could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me, and I thank you for that. So thank you so very much. With that being said, guys, I need you all to be active participants. All right, that includes YouTube, and Twitch. All right, what I need from you all is I need for you to be tapping the screen, sharing the live, reposting it. Also, we got to make sure that we're knocking out the gift goals along with doing all of the good things, guys, all of the good things, because you doing all of the good things gets us on the FYP so that I can have these conversations. All right. Also, if you are over on the tube, sorry about the music. Boom. I'll turn that off. I forgot one thing, but sorry about the music. But here's the deal. If you're over in the tube and you are a Donald Trump supporter, by all means, go ahead and request up. All right. Let's have a conversation. The call-in number is on the line is 347-280-3447. Again, that's 347-280-3447. All right. And if you voted for Donald Trump, go ahead and request up because this is not your safe space. This is not your safe space. You don't get to yap in the comments. There we go. All right. So now we have the backup with the backup. Okay. So, hi, this is my backup, Erica Shante. All right. Make sure that you guys are following my backup. I'm going to need you to do that also. All right. Because I have some plans for her. All right. And you'll only know those plans if you are following the backup. So make sure we're doing that. Now, with that being said, what a fucking day today was. Was it not? Was it not just a day? My goodness. My goodness. Like, what a day. Let's think about all the stuff that happened today. We actually had Donald Trump. This monitoring is up way too loud. I can't deal with it. There we go. I'm going to turn that down. Hold on, guys. One moment. I have to talk to an 11-year-old. Hold on one moment. Also, for the lip readers out there, mind your business. Anywho, guys, keep tapping the screen, doing all the good things. All right. So, yes, we had some news today that came out, of course, the biggest news being the Epstein files. I mean, yes, we know that they're going to release the files, apparently. But I want to take a look at something deeper here. I want to take a look at the fact how Donald Trump has constantly lied. Thank you, Quincy. I appreciate that. All right. Like, where? Like, why? Thank you, Jody. He literally told everyone, right, back in, what was it, May, that the files were a hoax. No, at first it was they didn't exist, is what he said. Then he said that they were a hoax. Then he told Bondi to release everything that she had. And then it became a hoax again. It was a hoax. And then the emails came last Wednesday. The emails came. And with the emails, there was some salacious stuff in there. Something about him blowing a bubba that is supposedly Bill Clinton. But Mark Epstein, his brother, came out and said that no, that's not Bubba, but he doesn't remember who he's referring to. I mean, sure, take it how you want it. All right, run with it. I don't know what to tell everyone. But with that being said, because Ghislaine also had a horse named Bubba. So there's that. Either way you look at it, the Bubba in question here is not a good look for Donald. That's all there is to it. It's just not a good look for Donald. But with that being said, the thing is that immediately after the House Oversight Committee, Democrats released the emails, Donald Trump posted on True Social that it was a Democrat hoax. He was going with hoax again. That's what he was going with. And in going with that, he also called for Pam Bondi, our attorney general, to investigate. Larry Summers, I remember the name this time. Larry Summers, a Miller guy, will never remember his name. Also, Bill Clinton, J.P. Morgan Chase, and many others. Those were his words. Many others who had dealings with Epstein. And so, like, my whole thing is, why the continually changing story? Because it's a hoax, but then Saturday you say, I'm calling for the release of all Epstein files. And then Sunday you say, I'll sign any bill that they put forth. Why do you keep changing your story? What is it that you literally like came about? What happened in those days? Like, did someone make you a guarantee, Donald, that, you know, your name wouldn't appear in the files in any, you know, way that could incriminate you in a crime? Did someone tell you that, yes, we redacted everything so your name won't appear there at all? Like, what were you told? What were you told? That's all you want to know. And the thing is that, guys, we may never know the truth, but I have a theory. And I have a theory. So my thought on this is that we're going to have a lot of speculation happening for about the next 2 weeks. Thank you for the cake. We're going to have quite a bit of that going around in the media, on the social media, at work. Wherever you talk to people is going to be a lot of speculation. I mean, for God's sakes, even today at the food bank, one of the ladies was asking me about it. And I'm like, really? But yeah. So yeah. So wherever you go, you're talking to other people, it's going to be, you know, on the top of everyone's minds. It's going to be the tip of everyone's tongue. I'm never going to hear the end of it for the next 2 fucking years, I feel like. Not even 2 weeks. But with that being said, here's the thing. Pam Bondi's going to hold a press conference. Thank you, Emma. I appreciate the Night Star. Thank you so much. She's going to hold a press conference. And in that press conference, what she's going to do, she's going to release some of the files. Some of them are going to be released. It's not going to have anything that's damning to Trump or to any Republican. None of that. No. It'll definitely be something that involves like a high-level Democrat. It's going to involve a high-level Democrat and someone who everyone knows their name. It is. And then what she's going to tell us is this. She's going to tell us that they had to reseal the documents because they're a part of an ongoing investigation. And we're going to be back at square fucking one. Tis it, tis all. And that's not far-fetched. It's not far-fetched. It's not. And I wonder, like, what is it? Because I know that people's reputations will be ruined, but in a lot of the places that these acts took place, which is absolutely unfortunate, they took place so long ago that the statute of limitations has run out. Now, the young ladies may be able to sue for what is it? They may be able to sue for civil damages, which I say, okay, take every single fucking penny that these people have. But it's like, for us, the public, what is it that we're getting from it? That's what I want to know. What is it that we're getting from it? Because I feel like we are demanding this information, and it feels like every few months or so, or every few years, we're taking the victims back through this roller coaster of reliving their trauma. So I just want to know, like, what is it? What is it that we're hoping for from this? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, it's a baby. We don't need to be here.
You doing jumping?
Disconnect her fast enough. So sorry. She was definitely with the baby. She was with a baby. You can tell who has kids in the chat. All right. You can tell who has kids. Exactly. Like, how many times do we have to listen to the victims? And I say that in the sense of, how many times do we want them to retell their story? I can only imagine that is just absolutely heartbreaking and traumatizing for them. What more is it that the American public is asking from these women? And I'm so sorry. You're right. Survivors. My apology, Jody. These survivors. What else is that we're asking? I just want to know. I don't know. And then, like, they're going Trump supporters. Like, you all have been on some bullshit lately. You have been on some bullshit. Like, I have seen people on these panels and making videos like justifying raping kids. Like, what world are we living in where you think that it is okay to view a child in that way, not even act on it, but just to view a child in that way? What have we come to? How has it come to the Trump, like Donald Trump being who he is, being who he is? How has it come to people having the unmitigated gall, like, to just be so fucking depraved? Like, do words not matter anymore? Are we just living in a world where people can say anything that they want to say and there's no consequence for it? Is that what we're doing? Because that's what it feels like now. It's like people can say whatever it is they want and absolutely nothing whatsoever will happen. There's no punishment. No punishment whatsoever. All right. But guys, with that being said, if you are a Trump supporter, go ahead and request up. I know you all are in hiding and that you do lack the ability to actually have conversations. But we can give it a try. All right. I can teach you. I can teach you that, like, after I say hello, you say hi. And then, I say, okay, hey, are you a Trump supporter? And you go, yes. And I'll go, okay, cool. How old are you? You'll answer with your age. And then I'll say, why do you still support Trump? And what you'll do is you'll list something from the current administration that you do, in fact, support. And then what we'll do is we'll have a conversation about it. That means a back and forth. That means you say something, then I say something. You provide a stat, then I say, okay, let me take a look at your stat here. Oh, well, hey, I have this evidence to refute it. It works that way. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. Conversations, they're not hard. They're not hard at all. All right. Hi, Gold. Are you a Trump supporter?
Hi, how are you? Yes, I am.
You're extremely loud. You want to turn your mic down some, please?
You said it's loud?
Yeah, you are extremely loud. Do you want to turn your mic down? Like, just a little bit.
All right. I just turned it down.
Okay. All right. And you are a Trump supporter. How old are you?
I'm 26.
26. Okay, great. Also, do you have a name that we can call you other than Goat?
You can call me Zoosh.
I'm sorry, what?
Zoosh.
Juice? Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. It's too much work for me. I'll call you G. All right, so G, why do you still support Trump?
Are you discriminating against my name? My ethnic name is Zoosh.
I'm not discriminating against your name. I just don't want to mispronounce your name, and it's gonna be hard for me to say it. So I'm gonna call you G.
Zoosh.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for me to say it.
But you get mad when people say Kamala Harris, right?
You said Juice. Is it like juice or Zoosh?
Zoosh.
Zoosh. How
you say it? There you go.
How you say it?
Zoosh.
Zoosh?
It's Zoush. That's how it's spelled.
Shoes.
It's my gamer tag.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to say it. So do you have another name that I can call you by? Like, if I can't say Kamala Harris, what I'll say is Harris. So like, if I can't say her first name, I'll say Harris. So do you have another name?
You can call me John, I guess.
John?
Yep, my real name.
Okay. All right, John. Okay, so John, why do you still support Trump?
Well, did you see recently he met with Saudi Arabia president and he got an additional $400 billion in investment in the U.S. And I love investments in the U.S. They're really good for the economy and stuff.
Is it a pledge or did they actually make the investment? Which one?
He
Like, we
actually
have to make sure.
surprised Trump in the middle of the interview. He said, "We're going to take it up from 600 billion in investments into 1 trillion." And then Trump was really surprised, and he kind of pat him on the back. This actually happened today.
So it's a pledge. They haven't actually sent over the money. They haven't done anything to actually start like actual investing. So real money has been. It's
That's
just
how
been a
most things
pledge.
work. You say
I just
them
want to
before
make
you do them.
sure. No, the reason why I do ask you that question is because there have been pledges made previously, but then nothing comes of them. So nothing comes to fruition. So that's why I'm asking
Like when
you.
Biden
Has the
pledged
money.
to lower prices and he failed to do that. Yes, Queen, I remember that.
Or like when Donald Trump promised to lower prices, but he charged tariffs that made prices higher and then
But they
walked
didn't.
it back.
Prices
So
came
there's
down.
that. Prices didn't come down. Like, give us the proof that prices came down, please. Like,
Literally,
pick an
my
item.
Walmart bill has gone from $150 to $130, and
Your
that's
personal
$20. But that makes a difference.
Your personal anecdote, sir, means absolutely nothing on this platform. So I want you to do something where you can actually bring up some
But if I'm
stats, some
right, but if
data,
I'm seeing the
something that
change in
supports
front of
it.
me, if I'm seeing the change in front of me, then what else do I need?
Yeah,
It's
no,
right in
that's not
front of
how
me.
it works. That's your personal experience. It can't be verified. That's the thing. So if it can't be verified, then you could just tell us anything. Are we supposed to just trust you, bro?
Are you telling me that my own experience is not for me to
Yes.
trust?
Yes, I am. Because your own experience isn't indicative of mine. It's not indicative of the 251 people watching, nor the people watching on the Tube or Twitch. So yeah,
So why should we
there's
believe
that.
transgenders? Because only they're able to
You're
experience
pivoting
those
like a
things.
you are pivoting like a mother bad word.
I'm
Are you
following your
okay?
logic.
No,
Is this
but are
not your
you
logic?
okay?
We
No,
believe
you don't want to. You
transgenders
don't want to
because
talk about how Donald Trump has actually increased our grocery bill with his tariffs. So with
Can you
his
provide
trade
source?
war, yeah, I sure can provide a source, and we can also then move into how Donald Trump decided that, you know what, maybe the tariffs are too much, so he's going to chicken out again, Taco, and decide that he's going to take the tariffs off of certain items. Did he not do that?
Sounds good. We can talk about that. I'm excited for that.
Okay. All right. Great. Wonderful. So let's see here. So do you know what the current CPI is? Oh wait, you don't know what the CPI is for October because Donald Trump hasn't actually released those numbers yet. We're not getting that report this month. But do you know what the CPI was for September?
You know what it stands for? Or you don't?
I do know what it stands for,
What
and
does it
that's why I'm
stand for?
asking you. Do you know what
You don't
it
know what it
is?
stands for. You don't
What
know.
is it?
I
What is
caught
the
you. You
current
don't know.
CPI?
You don't know what it is.
Are you a troll?
You
Are
don't
you
know
a
what
serious
CPI is?
person?
Wait, you don't know what CPI is?
No, seriously, stop. For real. Are you a serious person?
I can't believe you don't know it's
Like,
Consumer Price
be for
Index.
real.
Oh my god.
We all know what it means. We know what it means. I'm asking you, do you know what the number is?
It's
What is the
6.52% last time I checked.
since when? It's not even that's not that high.
I checked in 2020.
What?
You said the CPI numbers, right?
Yes. Are you okay?
It's 6.5. Oh, I thought you were talking about inflation rate. CPI? I haven't checked the report.
That's not even the inflation rate. Are you okay? See, that's your thing right there. Whatever you just Googled, all right, try again.
I'm on the
Please.
screen. What are you talking about?
Like, what are you doing?
I'm with you. You would have showed if I Googled something on the screen.
No, it wouldn't, because you could literally have a second device, but no one even knows what it is you're talking about. That's
Girl, I
not
don't
even
got
the
time for that.
PPI. It's not even the PPI. What is happening here?
I said CPI.
Hey,
why are you making stuff up?
No one's making anything up. Do you not know what? Oh, you don't know what the? Oh God, I give up. You know what the PCI is. It's okay. John.
Yes.
All right. Here, listen to me and listen to me well, okay? I need you to do me a favor. All right. I want you to lock in. All right. So if you're deciding that you're wanting to
Girl, I've been
troll,
locked.
if you're wanting to troll, all you have to do is turn your phone off and it'll make you leave the panel. Like, you won't be here anymore. Just turn your phone off and then you'll be gone.
Can I speak?
All right. But if you do want to act as a functioning, fully developed adult at your big age of 26, by all means, lock in on the conversation. I'm going to ask you
I can speak.
again. I am going to let you know when to speak. I'm going to ask you one more time. What is the current CPI?
I told you I have read the report recently. I don't know.
Okay, so then the current CPI will be the most recent one released, which will be for the month of September. All right, and it's at 3.01% is what it's at. All right, that is higher year over year. All right, so that means that we are incurring inflation, does it not?
It depends what you mean by incur.
That means that we're experiencing inflation. All right. And what we've seen is that inflation has started to go up since Donald Trump implemented his tariffs.
But you know that during Biden it was 6.5%, and I
It
don't.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I can tell you, but can you tell us why it was up under Joe Biden?
I got you. Do you know
And that wasn't even the highest that like
Right.
you literally don't know what you're talking about.
Let me ask you a question.
Because you aren't even mentioning the highest number under Biden. That's why I know you don't know what you're talking about.
Can I just ask you a question?
No.
Well, this is not a great discussion then.
It's not a great discussion. It's absolutely not. Hey, guys, let's keep doing all of the good things. Looks like we're at 33,000 likes. Let's go ahead and get this up to 100,000 likes, y'all. All right, so let's keep tapping the screen. Also, guys, let's go ahead and knock out these, whatever these are, the blimps. I'm not sure what these things are. Oh, it's the group sevens. Oh, that's what the group 7 is. All right, let's go ahead and knock those out, guys. Looks like we're halfway there. Also, if you would like to support the live, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9 at gmail.com. And guys, if you only have Cash App, all right, Hector doesn't know, but I'm going to use his. You can send it to Hector Talks. Hector Talks with 2 R's. Hector Talks with 2 R's. Also, guys, I have some pretty cool news for you that I will be sharing at the end of the live, so stick around. And with that being said, if you are on the tube, you can definitely support by sending a super chat. All right, let's get this party going. We're still talking to John here. I'm not gonna kid you guys. John doesn't know much. He doesn't. He's trying really, really hard though, so we got to give it to him for that. He's trying hard. So we're just gonna have to see where this goes. But if you are a Trump supporter, go ahead and get in the box request up and let's have a conversation. All right, John. Let me see here. Okay, Mom. I'm not talking to you. All right, let me see here. What question do you have? Do you know how to unmute? Like, do you know how to come off mute, John?
Yes. I was flossing. What questions? It seems like every time I try to make a good argument or try to corner you like go to like donations and stuff and kind of pivot, which is
literally only did a mod announcement once during this entire conversation. So
I literally asked if I can ask you a question, and then
I said no, and I said no, you can't ask me a question. And I did a mod announcement, and now we're back. And I said, hey, you can come off mute. And what question do you have? So ask your question.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you know that inflation is absolutely necessary for an economy? You know, that's very like economics 101, right?
Is it absolutely necessary?
It absolutely is, yeah.
Why do you say that?
You know that? Oh, yeah, you don't know that? Okay, let me.
Nope, don't know that.
Opportunity. Inflation will always exist. It's just a matter of maintaining it to a figure that doesn't disrupt the economy, but it's absolutely necessary for a growing economy. That's like economics 101. I'm kind of surprised you don't know that.
It's not. It
absolutely is. You can check GPT right now on your screen if you don't.
You literally don't have to have.
You absolutely do. That's economic standard. Please don't argue this fact. Please.
No, the thing is that your words matter. Your words matter. All right. Your words do matter. All right. So some level of inflation is perfectly okay. All right. You can even put the word. That's not what you said. You said
exactly what I said. Inflation is absolutely necessary.
Absolutely necessary.
It absolutely yes, all the time. It's absolutely necessary.
It's not all the time. Not all the time, because if that was the case, all right. If that was the case, then what we would have is that we would always have record high inflation, because wouldn't they want that for it to be a surviving or thriving economy?
But
No.
we do.
So
But
I'm
we've
gonna
always
need you.
have. We haven't
always had record
The
high
dollar
inflation.
has
Like, I
always gotten
really
weaker. Look
need
at the
you.
charts. This is basic 101.
You need to stop. Be quiet. Thank you. Because I'm not gonna get into a whole speaking over each other thing. I can't stand it. I'm not gonna do it. So stop it. All right. Thank you. With that being said, no. All right. You do need some level of inflation, but you do not have to it's not absolutely necessary to have inflation. All right. Because of the simple fact is that with the inflation, if we have it, because I'm not even going to kid you, economics isn't necessarily my strong suit, but I know for a fact that we would never speak in absolutes. I know that much. Okay. So if you have way too much inflation, what ends up happening is that people such as you and I, everyday working Americans, all right, will not be able to afford things, because what ends up happening here is that the wage growth does not match the inflation rate. So you can't always have it's not absolutely necessary. Words matter. People will literally not be able to. No, I'm not. People will literally not be able to purchase things. You're saying that it's absolutely necessary. You're doing an absolute fallacy.
Right, Miss.
All right?
You agreed with me,
So
and then you disagreed.
No. I disagree with you, because what you're saying is that if we don't have inflation, like you're saying, if we don't have any type of inflation, because that's your absolute, then we won't have actually, what's your premise? Did you say for an economy to survive? Go ahead.
Yeah, the premise starts with letting the person speak. Basically, my point is that you need inflation. Like, let me ask you a question.
Hey, let me tell you something. Don't be a smart ass, because if you want to be a smart ass, I'm gonna be a smarter ass. Don't be a smart ass.
For the past 5 years, if we've had zero inflation, will we be better off or worse off? If we've had zero inflation over the past 5 years.
Zero inflation. So if our inflation rate stayed at what percentage, though?
Prices not increased. You just stayed stable, the same. Would it have been better or worse?
But from where, though? That depends. What were the prices in the last 5 years? That's why I'm saying that's why you can't speak in absolutes. So what were the prices in the 5 years ago? What were the prices? That's what I'm saying. You have to give numbers.
That's not the point.
That is the point, though. No, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. You're trying to discuss something that actually is complex. You're trying to discuss it in a very, very simplistic way. And that's the problem with Trump supporters. All right. Because it's not as simple. I'm saying you're a Trump supporter, aren't you?
This is just basic economics, please.
It's not basic. It's not. No, it's not.
Please look it up.
No, you're embarrassing yourself, because the thing is that it's complex. Consumers, we would be okay, because we would be able to continue to afford whatever the prices were in 2020.
Nothing to do with the fact that
I said that we would be able to afford if the prices were. If the prices were what they were today in 2020, which was 5 years ago, right? All right. Do you think that people would be complaining that prices are high? Yes or no?
That's not how it works. Oh my God. People complaining is not an indicator of a good economy.
I'm saying people would be able to afford it, wouldn't they?
That's not how. That's my point. Is that you're saying we'd be better off, right? The economy be better off if.
Then tell us why we wouldn't.
Right, because again, this is I don't know how to explain it simply. It's a stable of economic knowledge that you need. Inflation for that's always inflation has always existed. It's the matter of how fast we go through it.
Exactly. But here's your thing. You have to remember what it is that you said. You literally said absolute. You said absolute. All right. And that's the thing. But no, but I tried to tell you so that you literally could go down a different route with this. All right. You don't want to speak in absolutes. You can talk about moderate inflation, because what you just did, all right, is that you literally just said it out of your mouth. But I already said for myself that, hey, economics is not my strong suit. is not my strong suit, but I do have someone that does know quite a bit about economics. And if they're available to come up, I love to have them. And I already sent them an invite. But yeah, you're speaking in absolutes, and you can't do that because nothing is an absolute here. We can have basically a slow inflation. All right. So basically, it can go up. But if we have, so rising, but if we have absolute inflation, that means that it's always going up, and that would be a bad thing. Would that not be a bad thing? Our economy wouldn't be able to survive that. I want that to make sense.
Our economy has survived that throughout the entire history of the country.
Yeah, not all, no, because it fluctuates. It goes up and it goes down. What are we talking about? Do you not understand what
the growth I want you rate to of look inflation
at? I want you to
not actual
look
inflation.
at. Oh I want God. You to look at. I want you to look at what absolute means. But hi, hey Corey, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm this guy. This child claims to be 26, but there's that. But Corey, you are the economics guy, so have fun.
All right, so go. What are we talking about? Economics. I just got here, so run it back for me.
What he is saying that we have to that inflation is absolute. And actually, I do want him to frame it because, or if he says it any differently than he stated it, I am going back to the YouTube and I'm going to play it out loud. So come off mute and state your premise. Oh, now he can't come off mute. Okay. Anywho, guys, let's keep doing all of the good things. All of the good things. You know what? Can I highlight a comment really quick? I want to highlight a comment. Let's mark this viewer. Got it. Let's mark this person with all of the letters in their name because this person loves to come into my live every single day, no matter whose panel I'm on. Doesn't matter. They love to come around here. And what they love to do is they love to say really, really awful shit about me and my child. They're fucking weird. They're absolutely weird. Like, you really got to stop being weird. All right. I've ignored you for about what? At least a good 5 months now. And you're still doing it? Like,
a long time.
Be fucking for real. You're fucking weird. You need to touch some grass or fall off a cliff swiftly. Okay? That's what you need to do. Head first, fall off a cliff. Anywho, Goat, the floor is yours.
All right. I said that inflation is necessary for a growing economy.
You said absolutely. You said absolutely. Be clear. You said absolutely.
What do you, okay.
You said absolutely.
All right.
And what you said was you said absolute inflation. That's what you said.
Absolute inflation. I said it would be absolutely necessary to have inflation.
Ooh. That was fun. Thank God someone's calling. Corey, I didn't want to talk to him anymore.
All right.
I didn't want to talk to him anymore. Hi, caller. Are you a Trump supporter? Oh, wait. Sorry. Hi, caller. Are you a Trump supporter? I don't know why it's not working. Oh, there we go. Let's see if that works. Hi, caller. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
There you go. All right. And how old are you?
I am 20 years old.
Why do you sound like that?
Why do I sound like that? What do you mean?
Oh, you sound like you're pretending, like you're making up a voice. I just want to make sure. Are you really 20? What year were you born in?
I was born in 2009.
You were born in 2009 and you're 20?
Yes. Wait.
Oh God. I was born in 2009. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I thought that was Hector playing a trick on me. But it wasn't. It really wasn't. It wasn't Hector. Oh my God, that was awful. That was so bad. Oh, I hate it here. I hate it here so bad. Anywho, Anywho, he was like, wait. wait. Guys, let's keep doing all of the good things. Just keep doing all of the good things. And if you haven't already, make sure you send your daily heart me and let's make sure that we are what are we doing? We send our daily heart me and we are reposting the live. That's what I wanted to say. That was funny. Oh my gosh, these children are hilarious. He was like, that was so fucking funny. Anywho. All right, guys. I was working on a gift gallery yesterday. And you know what I noticed, guys? I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, seriously, because TikTok likes engagement. That is their whole friggin' thing, is fucking engagement, right? And so what I noticed is that the more you do, the more TikTok does, right? The more Trump supporters that we can get in to have these conversations, the more that I can actually stay on and keep the live going. So with that being said, over on the tube, here's what I need from you. All right. I'm asking nicely. All right. I don't want to ask meanly because I don't want to use my mom voice. All right. I am asking from you, YouTube, to be sure that you are liking the stream. All right. Make sure that you are liking. Okay. Thumbs up the stream. All right. Send some reacts. Do all of the good things. Like I'm doing reacts right now. And you can see. All right. Make sure we're doing that. We're commenting. We're participating. And if you want to support, by all means, send a super chat. Send a gift. Do all of the good things because that draws people in over on the tube. Also, here on the TikToks, all right, on TikTok, all right, you guys tapping the screen, sharing, reposting, knocking out our gift goals, doing all of those great things, of course, helps this live stay on the FYP, all right, and it also helps bring in those Trump supporters so that we can have these conversations, all right, and that's what we're here for, right? We're here for the conversations. So with that being said, guys, let's do all of the good things. Let's do all of the good things because I promise you, if I have to ask again and because you're not doing all of the good things, I'm going to use my mom voice. All right? And I've been told that my mom voice is scary and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. It doesn't make me happy. So anywho, let's do this. All right? Let's do this here. If you are a Trump supporter, go ahead and request up. Request up. Let's have a conversation. Michael, what do you want? Why do you keep coming here? Mom, Donnie. Sorry, I missed it. Oh, God, I hope that person doesn't load. Mom, Donnie. A miracle. No, America. I want to say America. Okay, great. That person didn't load. I'm going to say, why do you keep coming here? Go away. All right, guys. Yeah. So in news that you can use, hey, guess what? Remember earlier this year, like a month or so ago, September, August, Texas redrew their map. They redistricted. There's that word again. They did that. So they gerrymandered the hell out of their state. And the map passed. It even spurred California, America, to actually redraw their maps. And it culminated with the Proposition 50 passing in California on Tuesday, November 4th, it was. So that happened. But today in Texas, what happened is 3 federal judges decided that their new map that they put into place is in fact racially motivated. So what that means is basically that this court right here respects the Voting Rights Act. Hey, Itchy. They respect it. And by respect it, I mean they're upholding Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. All right. Which basically means that you can't basically like redistrict, draw out your maps to exclude minorities. So there's that. That's basically what it means. And in doing so, this sets kind of like maybe a guide for the Supreme Court to just see just how important it is, because I'm going to get to Louisiana versus Calais in just a moment. But here's the deal, y'all. With the Texas maps, what it did, the new map that they have, what it did basically is Black people represent a large population, a large demographic in Texas. All right. And I want to get the exact number. All right. And with that being said, what it basically did is it dwindled down their vote to about 1/5, right? So basically, for every white vote, a black vote counts as 1/5. That means that black people there are lacking representation, which isn't a good thing because all citizens deserve to be represented by their elected officials. Like you should be able to choose your candidate, not let your candidate choose you. So in the state of Texas, all right, black people represent about 14% of the population. So almost 4 million people. All right, almost 4 million people. And this is as a stats as of this year. All right, so it's quite a bit of people. And so, wow, the black population in Texas grew about 20% between 2012 and 2022. So over a decade. That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. And yet their vote is being silenced. It's being silenced. So, anywho, as I was saying, with the map, basically, again, it's not even like cracking, because cracking is when you take the maps and you like take areas that have majority minority voters in them, so like black and brown people, and you like break up their districts. So like you'll have like a black district up here, you'll have one like down here, you'll have one over here. Like they're just all over the place. So like they can't ever as a collective find representation because they're never the majority. Mom Donnie, I got one more for you, Itchy. New York City. All right. So that's how cracking works. Now with packing is when you take the minority vote and you put it all into one place, all into one. And still, again, they don't have the majority. But I think it's going to sound fucking crazy. Packing is a little bit better because then they're together where they can sort of vote for the candidate that they want, but it's still pretty fucked up because you're putting them all into one place. So what Texas basically did, Texas didn't really even do fucking cracking. Texas did erasure, is what Texas did. Texas was like, fuck that. Like you don't get to vote. Like you don't get to have a voice. Like it doesn't matter what you want. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you want, which is crazy. So with that being said, these 3 federal judges out of El Paso did rule that their map was discriminatory, and in doing so, in a 2-to-1 ruling. And surprisingly, thank you guys for knocking out the cowboy hat so quick. Thank you all so much. You guys are doing all of the good things. Thank you. They found that it was discriminatory, and one of the judges actually who voted in favor of finding it discriminatory was appointed by Donald Trump. So we can't say that it's just, left-leaning judges who are doing these things. One of them was appointed by Trump. So there's that. I think that's something to consider because some things are just so blatant. Like this is blatantly racially and racially motivated, and is definitely partisan because first of all, Texas did this off cycle. Normally they redraw their maps every 10 years, typically after the census occurs. So they typically go like last time they did it was in 2021. And with that being said, doing it in 2025 at the behest of Donald Trump, something nefarious is afoot. Like, what are we doing? There's no good that's coming from this. So anywho, the Judge Brown, who was the one that was appointed by Donald Trump, he said this, and I did post a video about this earlier today, but he said, to be sure, politics played a role in drawing the 2025 map, but it was much more than just politics. Substantial evidence shows that Texas racially gerrymandered the 2025 map. There we go. So what's going to happen is Abbott has already said that they're going to appeal to the Supreme Court. So there's that. And now it's going to be up to the Supreme Court. But here's the thing about that. The Supreme Court has heard the case of Louisiana versus Calais. And they've heard it, and they're not going to be deciding on it until June of 2026. Not June of 2026. I don't want to give a month, until summer of 2026. And with them doing that, if they hear this case for Texas prior to then, and they make a ruling on this case in Texas, then that could lay the groundwork for how they're going to decide in summer of 2026 for Louisiana versus Calais, which basically, if they do decide that they want to uphold the Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, then what ends up happening is good. We're safe. All right. We still get representation. We don't have to worry about the maps being gerrymandered so bad that our voices are basically silenced. We don't have to worry about that. But if they decide that, you know what, we've taken race into account for too long when it comes to drawing these maps, then we're going to deal with the consequence of basically being drawn out of the electorate to the point where it'll be extremely hard for us to have candidates that, look like us, because regardless of what you say, representation matters. All right. You want a candidate who does understand your experience. And that's it. You want a candidate that understands you. Because if that candidate can understand your experience, then they can work for you. You can look at a place like Louisiana. All right. Even in Louisiana, where they have white and black Democrats, right? It is rare for even a white Democrat to vote for a black Democrat. I want us to think about that. Really, let's let that sink in. In Louisiana, all right, less than 14% of white Democrats vote for black Democrats. So that's why representation matters, and that's why it's very important that we uphold Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, because of the simple fact that if we allow this to go through, if the Supreme Court, I should say, allows this to go through, then our vote is poop. It doesn't mean anything. But with that being said, that was one of the headlines that I saw today, and I had to look more into it and read more about it because I already was aware of the Louisiana versus Calais case. If you're not aware of it, I'd be happy to go over it with you. It's basically that it started in 2022. Louisiana wanted to redraw their maps, and so what ended up happening is they did. They were redrawing, I believe, 6 new districts, and one of them was packing. They were doing packing. They put all the black people into this one district. Black people sued and said, hey, this goes against the Voting Rights Act because we don't have representation in this part of the state, and so we need to have another district. That's what they did. So the courts ruled in their favor, and in 2024, the new map was drawn to have 2 districts, all right, that represented the black population in the state of Louisiana. But what ended up happening is some white folks got upset about it, and the white folks was like, well, if it was us complaining about not having representation, you wouldn't do that. And then boom. And then boom, that's how we got Louisiana versus Calais. All right. So the first time the court heard it was earlier this year, I believe in March. And then they heard it again in, I believe, October. I don't know why I can't remember dates. September. They heard it again in September. And now they are working on making a decision. But it takes forever for the courts to make a decision. So we're just going to have to wait. And we're going to have to wait to see what happens. So that's it. But if you are, thank you guys for listening to me talk. Yeah. I know Hector and I are going to be talking about that likely tomorrow. I'll tell you all about that near the end of the live. But yeah, I'll have to see what happens. Don, are you a Trump supporter?
I am sorry. I had my phone in my pocket.
Oh, no worries, love. All right. Pocket dial is cool. Thank you for being
Love
here.
you.
You have a great night.
Love you.
All right, love you more. All right, guys. If you're a Trump supporter, go ahead and request up, get in the box, and let's have a conversation. Do, 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 do. Is this person going to load? Nope. All right, that person didn't load. Thank you, Poochie. Okay. Oh my gosh, you want to get highlighted again. You just come through the entire time and just say ignorant stuff all the time. There we go. Thank you, love. Thank you for the rose. Oh, this person, he's pocket dialing. I'll just let them sit there. If they sit there, then I don't have to worry about them keep requesting. What's this here? Yeah, Hector. I really did think that was you. I thought that was you. What else happened in the news today? I know we were heavily focused on the e-files. I know that much. We went over that earlier. You know, Trump has 30 days to approve whether or not to sign the bill. Is there any updates or anything? I didn't get anything. So let me see here. Ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Okay. So when a small bipartisan group of House lawmakers introduced a petition, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Trump constantly called it a hoax. We know that part. Oh, it's not ICE, it's Customs and Border Patrol. Customs and Border Patrol, they're sending 250 agents to Louisiana. ICE did not come. Okay. But they did come to Charlotte, though. ICE did come to Charlotte. I think they got 140 people over the weekend. Yeah, Custom and Border Patrol is going to Louisiana for some reason. Going to Louisiana. Okay. Y'all know I like reputable sources, so we're definitely looking for one that is more center. And I want to know why they are coming, though. Let's see. I like them here. Do 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 do. Go back. One moment, guys. I have a VPN, and so it does this thing where it takes forever to go to a website. All right. While we're doing this, guys, drop your favorite hashtags in the chat. Drop like MAGA, divorce, fishing. You know the drill. You guys aren't new here. It's almost 300 people in here, and all of you are Kamala Harris supporters. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Not at all. Can't be. That can't be a thing. Oh. Oh, I forgot these. I'm so sorry. Shout out to Hector for the $5. Hector sent it for the copyright infringement penalty. Thank you, Hector. Yeah, because when you use my stuff, make sure you pay for it. Thank you very, very much. Also, shout out to Kelly for the 15. Kelly said, I keep typing stuff like, I love you, Erica, and erasing because didn't want to sound creepy, but I love seeing you speaking the truth and standing up for the important things every day in your own lives and in others. You're amazing. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for that. Thank you, Kelly. Drop some hearts in the chat for Hector and Kelly, but like a lot of hearts for Kelly because that was so fucking sweet. Love you more. Thank you so very much, guys. Thank you. I appreciate that. If you like to support the live or support me, however you want to put it, links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. I have a PayPal and a Venmo. Is Everything with Erica. And I also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. All right. Again, that's everything with Erica, PayPal and Venmo, or everything with Erica9@gmail.com. All right. Let's do that. And let's keep doing all of the good things. All right. We're only looking for Trump supporters. Only looking for Trump supporters. So if you voted for Donald Trump, go ahead and get in the box. All right. If you voted for Trump, get in the box and let's have a conversation. But we're talking about ICE in Louisiana. What is that about? That just happened today, though. That was like a breaking news story from today. Not ICE. I keep saying ICE, but it's Custom and Border Patrol. All right. Do. Okay. So they're deploying 250 agents to Louisiana for a 2-month immigration enforcement operation called Swamp Sweep. Look, it's going to start in early December, and it's going to focus in New Orleans. And also parts of Southeast Louisiana into Mississippi. Their goal is to make 5,000 arrests. And local law enforcement will be partnering with them. So there's that. Hmm. Hmm. I just want to know why my son is so loud playing the game. But other than that, what is the purpose here? Does Louisiana have like a high number of like undocumented immigrants? Yes, they set a quota. They've always set a quota. Y'all don't remember what they want to make 5,000 arrests over a 2-month period because that's how long they'll be there. But you don't remember Stephen Miller in June wanting to he basically had a quota set. What was that number that Stephen Miller set back in June? I got sent that information the other day. Expect me to remember it? Nope. Here we go. Let's see here. This is crazy. Okay, so what Miller did was he said, what do you mean you're going after criminals? That's what Tom Homan says every time he's on TV. We're going after criminals. That's what he says. Ah, Jesus. He asked him, he wants everybody arrested. Holy shit. I'm sorry, guys. This is a lot. Customs and Border Patrol? How are they going into Louisiana though? They work the fucking border. They don't work the state's borders. Like they don't do that. They work the border between not their states, but between other countries. How the hell are they going into Louisiana? Isn't that outside their purview? So what, they're going to be at the airport? You said international airport. I'm sorry. Airports are international border. What the fuck are we doing? I hate it here. I hate it here so much. I love learning in real time though. I know that much. There's no fucking way. This is insane. How are they going to be able to do this?
Oh.
Yeah, they are. That's what I'm just reading here. I think that's insane. Hi, Angel. Are you a Trump supporter?
Of course, yes.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 23.
23? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Why do you still support Trump?
I really like his immigration stance.
Really? You
In
really
terms
like
of,
it?
I like emphasizing legal immigration and not illegal immigration.
Okay. So you like his immigration stance because you say he
Yes,
has an
ma'am.
emphasis on legal immigration and not
Mhm.
illegal.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. I'm just going to let you have that. My question for you would then be, do you like the way in which he's actually carrying out that stance? How he's going
Mhm.
about doing it?
I could see where this is going in terms of like ICE having some cases against them for unlawfully detaining or allegedly 22 individuals in Chicago. There are some cases that are coming out that U.S. citizens have been detained, but
Mhm.
for the most part, there hasn't been an official ruling by the Supreme Court or a federal judge that has officially said that it is unlawful. So it's still ongoing. But I came in because I heard you were talking regarding I think it was what, CBP or ICE at airports.
It's gonna be CBP.
Okay. Um, so I checked this out, and CBP, the only thing that they lose jurisdiction over is warrantless immigration checks, checkpoints,
Hmm.
certain vehicle searches, and brief stops related to immigration status.
Hmm.
And that's in regards to just upholding the border within 100 miles.
Hmm.
But they still have federal authority as a law enforcement agency. It's just they lose those special powers after 100 miles. Um,
Exactly. And then, but I did have to
mhm,
check on it to make sure because ports of entry. So wherever there's a point of entry, they actually is considered a border. So at an international airport, that's considered a point of entry. So
mhm.
therefore, they can operate at the airport.
Yes, ma'am.
So I see why I get the that it is within their authority to
Mhm,
go there. All right. It doesn't make sense because who is coming into it's the airport, who's coming into the country undocumented via the airport is the question. Like, are
mhm,
we trying to catch people who maybe, I don't know, have an expired visa, who are trying to leave the country? I mean, then what would be the point? I don't know. Like, what is the purpose here? Like, you're a Trump supporter. Like, try to
mhm.
make it make sense. Like,
I
take
can
us
tr I
inside
can
the
yeah,
mind.
I can do my best.
Okay.
Um, I mean, CBP also does similar things to like TSA in terms of like inspecting international baggage for uh, um, D-rugs or pew-pews, undeclared cash. Agricultural products is actually a pretty big thing. A
But
lot of
what does
people
that
bring
have to
in.
do with like immigration though? Like, because we're talking about actual like immigration. So not people
Mhm,
bringing like illicit substances or anything of that nature into the country, but we're talking about actual humans.
mhm,
So, like, I mean, we already have U.S. Customs and Immigration Services. So our Customs Department that checks your passport, checks your
yep.
bags, does all of that stuff when you come into the country. So why does Customs and Border Patrol? Now, I said you said patrol. We said patrol for years, but it's protection. Why do
Mhm.
they need to be at airports?
They specifically only really operate in international airports or
Hmm.
airports with customs
We know
facilities.
that.
Yeah, so that's mainly it, and they also have access to FBI databases along with a T-RIS watch list and outstanding criminal warrants and Interpol notices. And
Doesn't
airports are a pretty common place of foot traffic.
Well, we understand that part.
Mhm,
Like, here's the thing: you're not answering my question
mhm.
because
I'll try.
we already have people, we already have an agency that does that job. All right,
Which is
and
TSA
not
or
TSA. It's our customs enforcement. They do it.
mhm,
Like they're the ones, like not ICE, but the actual customs. What is it? United States Customs and Immigration Services. Those people that when you're coming back from a place, because I did when I went to the Bahamas, I had to come back and I had to show my passport. I had to show our passports, and they check our passports, and then boom, and they
mhm,
check our bags, and then boom, we get to come back into our country. So we already have people who have access, all right, to
mhm.
these databases. We already have people doing the job
Yeah,
to stop illicit substances from coming into our country. Like we literally have like entire TV shows about this department.
you're right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and
like
that's mhm,
why do we need customs and border protection to go down to I know you want me to specify this an international
mhm,
airport and do it also. Like what is the purpose here?
sure. In 2003, specifically after 9 it was citing 9/11. The U.S. government had merged Customs Service, U.S. Customs Service, which handled customs at the time,
Hmm.
and INS Border Patrol, which handled border enforcement, sorry, and agricultural inspectors. So they merged that into one agency. So CBP operates in that same realm. They're basically customs enforcement and border enforcement. That's and that's something that was put in 2003.
So is there like an employee shortage? or something going on at the Louisiana airport. Have they had an influx? All right. And also another thing is that INS became ICE. Because I remember watching an episode of Law and Order years ago, and they said INS. But after the Patriot Act, it became ICE. So it was different.
Mhm.
So INS is ICE. But go on. You were saying
Yeah.
something.
Oh,
I was asking you a question
no, it's
actually.
okay. I hear you.
Is there
Uh,
like a staffing
mhm.
shortage? Is there like has there been an influx of like undocumented people coming in on airplanes? Like, what is the reason here? You still haven't you really you're trying to justify them going there, but you're not giving us the reason that they're going there. That's what I'm saying. It's not making any sense. And I'm actually trying to also read an article about it and got nothing. They don't even state a reason why they're going there, just what they plan to do while there.
I would argue that they're not. Well, they might be. I don't know if they're actually sending more CBP to these airports. I mean,
Mhm.
they always have cross-state, uh, like travel CBP. But I don't know specifically Louisiana situation, but I mean they're always enforcing international airport borders. So they're regardless of who's in the administration, they're always going to be there. And that's just because it's international flights that are legally entering our border.
Hold on one moment. See, give me 1 second here.
Mhm.
Because here's the thing. Uzziah Ray. Hi, welcome in, Brat Raiders. Welcome in, Brat Raiders. Thank you so much for being here. As you guys come in, make sure that you're following me. That's the first thing we're going to do. All right, if you look up at the top of the page and you
Oh,
see
okay.
follow, go ahead and make sure you're tapping that. Tap follow, and then make sure we're sending our daily heart me. All right. Thank you, Brett. I appreciate you. Make
I
sure
see
we're
what you
doing
mean.
that. Hold on one moment.
Sorry.
Also, it's okay. Also, guys, we're working on the rose hand. So let's go ahead and knock those out. Let's knock those out and make sure we're reposting alive, doing all of the good things, all other good things. All right. And also, Brett sent people over on the tube. Also, Brett, you're so fucking awesome. Brett, thank you so very much. Hi, tubers. If you're not subscribed, make sure you're clicking that subscribe button. Also, guys, make sure that we are liking the stream. And if anyone wants to support me, the live, however you want to do, you want to choose it. You want to support? Links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo. I also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9 at gmail.com. Again, that's everything with Erica9 at gmail.com. And that's on Zelle, PayPal, and Venmo is everything with Erica. Try to keep it simple for everyone. I appreciate you all so very much. Let's just keep doing all of the good things while we're talking to Angel. So, Angel, what did you see that I mean? What did you come to?
So yeah, today I believe uh there's some news sources that basically were mentioning 250 border agents to Louisiana. I
Mhm.
I had no idea. I believe that was today, correct? Or a
Yes.
few days ago?
No, it's today.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had no idea. Um,
Yeah. And
mhm,
it says this is for a 2-month immigration enforcement operation.
mhm.
But what we're trying to discern here, so we're trying to determine, are they going to be on the streets in southeastern Louisiana, so New Orleans and other parishes and parts of Mississippi, or are they going to just be at the international airport out there in New Orleans? Because
That's a fair claim. Mhm.
from the way that this is being read, and that's why I did ask the question earlier. Thank you. Is that Shamika? Thank you, Shamika. I appreciate you, love. Make sure I got your name right. It's Shanika. Thank you, Shanika. I appreciate you. Drop some hearts in the chat for Shanika. Um, with that being said, Angel, the reason why I did ask the question earlier about where can Border Patrol go is
Mhm.
simply because, right? It's simply because if they're not going to be at the airport, then what they're going to be doing is they're going to be stretching the limits of their capabilities. And when I say that, I mean, we all know that CBP can operate within 100 miles of what's considered an international border.
Mhm.
right? And so basically, because that airport does sit within the city limits of New Orleans, all right, then that means that they can, in fact, be in the streets of New Orleans, rounding up people and acting as basically ICE. And I do have a problem with that. So
I understand. Mhm.
that's why I think it's best like to just continue to read into this, and then before making any type of judgments, we need to know exactly what it is that they're trying to do, because right now it's not clear what it is they're trying to do, or where they're even going to be at.
From what I'm seeing here, because I mean, prior to them being sent to Louisiana, I mean, we've had prior instances where CBP and ICE do joint operations. They even do it in New York and even sometimes in Chicago. Um, but they're just going to be doing, yeah, joint task forces with ICE in removal operations, um, probably conducting field arrests as well, and
Are
most
you
likely detaining unlawful or unlawfully present individuals.
Are you reading from an article dated today, or are you reading for some
Yes,
from okay,
I have a
because
few.
there was like the plan. Okay, but okay. So with that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to table this one because it's not fully fleshed out. We don't know where they're going to be and exactly what it is that they're going to be doing.
That's fair.
Yeah. So with that being said, because just another thing also love, I know that they can work in tandem, but
Mhm.
thus far, the 3 articles that I read thus far make no mention of ICE being there,
That's fair.
just Customs and Border Protection. But with that being said, you said you like his immigration policy. I just want to get down to the meat of it.
Sure.
What is the negative of immigration here?
I
What's the
have
negative?
I don't necessarily think there's a negative with immigration
Mhm.
itself, but I feel like um, when we don't enforce our proper ports of entry in terms of like legally entering the country, then that's where it kind of leads to a destabilization of policy and even just law and order. And it incentivizes people to necessarily break the law and enter in when if they see someone else do it, for example, and they're like, well, I guess I can probably do it too. And then if we reward them with amnesty, it's going to lead to an increased amount of people doing the same exact thing rather than actually applying the legal way.
Oh, so you're against amnesty also?
I have no issue with amnesty. Reagan did it. And to be honest, if he never did it, we probably would have never had Arnold, as influential as he was running for California governor. But I also think that when he did do amnesty, it was also a very different time. We were, we had just had the Cold War, Vietnam, and even South Korea, and a lot of other different conflicts. So I also think it was a very different time.
So the reason why I ask you if you're against amnesty is because
Mhm.
you just said if we reward them with amnesty, then it'll encourage others to come here. So
Mhm.
that's why I ask you, are you against amnesty? But then you say that you're not in the way that Ronald Reagan did it. And Ronald Reagan
Mhm.
is really the only president to actually offer a plan of amnesty and see it go through passage.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, so I'm trying to understand, are you for it or against it?
So I'm for it in the right context because in the 60s, there were workers that came in to do like blue collar work, even trucking, and
Hmm.
basically boosting our infrastructure. And a lot of them were kind of left in like a not a stalemate, but they were kind of in like legal purgatory. They
Hmm.
didn't really have status, but they also were technically working for the country. So they were still providing and they had legal status prior. It just was never amended. So part of that from what I looked at, Reagan took that into consideration.
Okay. So, do you think that amnesty would work today in the United States of America?
It'd be very hard. It really depends. I
Why do you
don't
think
think
it would be
everyone.
hard?
It just because the amount of people that crossed in the last 4 years is completely different to the situation when Reagan issued amnesty. Um,
How many people crossed in the last 4 years?
well, there was an official, I believe, CBP had posted statistics saying that there were I might be wrong on this, but either 6 or 4 million that were turned away, and then the other was let into the country. And that's also including what is it? Illegal encounters, asylees, uh, encounters at the border, stuff like that.
Okay. So the thing,
10 million
let's
total
see.
were encountered at the
That's
CBP.
encounters. Yeah, those would be encounters.
But
Those would
yeah, there
definitely be
was
encounters.
like 4
So
million were led.
the thing is that how can I put this? Joe Biden,
Mhm.
he deported more people than Donald Trump did in his first term. Yes,
Yes,
or
ma'am.
no? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
100%.
So with Biden deporting more people, right? But
Mhm.
you all also saying that he had more people come into the country
Mhm.
illegally. All
Yes,
right. Is it not safe to say, because you can't necessarily track an illegal person once they're in here, how can you track them, right?
it's very hard. Yes, I
Yeah.
agree.
And but then like also another thing, I'm trying to find it here because I know that they use the cameras and the sensors and all those things to track people like doing the crossings and whatnot, but I don't know. I don't know. Where'd you get that number from?
So this is on the CBP's website where they uh, listed the amount of encounters.
Okay,
I
and count,
can
but
provide that.
yeah, just what's the title of the report that you're reading?
Sure, I'll give it to you. It was a 2024 report in regards to uh, years 2021 through 24. Here, let me get the exact name for you.
Because we all know about encounters, but how do you track the people that are that have come into the country not at a port of entry, or how do you track the people who came into the country and didn't file for asylum? Like, how do you track these people? But then also another thing is that I don't recall them tracking crossings. We haven't tracked crossings since the first Trump administration. We stopped tracking crossings because they didn't keep that data. So I do remember that. So that's why I'm like, what's the name of the report? And then I'll be happy to look it up.
Yeah, I'll try and provide that for you right now.
Sure.
Uh,
Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Dun, 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 dun. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, thought we had the name. Ha cha cha cha.
okay.
Well, guys, if I had something to read off during the intervention here, I would read it off, but I don't have anything to read off. And yeah, so there's that. So we're just we're gonna hang out while Angel gets this information, and then we're gonna go from there. You're good, Angel. Take your time. You're fine.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mhm.
I might be wrong on CBP, but it was a federal agency that did publish the statistics. So I'm trying to get that for you right now.
No worries. All right. Do, 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 do. Because I really want I want this information to be found, because if we all can learn something, then we'll all learn something. Because I know that they tracked encounters, and they had a estimate of something else of gotaways. They had that, but even the gotaways number doesn't match up to what it is that you said earlier. So we're gonna have to see what happens here. Anywho, guys, let's keep tapping the screen. Let's keep doing that. Let's share the live. If you haven't already sent your daily heart me, by all means, please go ahead and send your daily heart me. Oh, thank you so much for getting it up to 100,000 likes. Y'all are fucking awesome. Thank you so very much. All right. Also, guys, let's keep doing all of the good things. If you haven't reposted, go ahead and repost the live. Repost the live. All right. Let's see here. You know, I've never done these before, but let's see what they look like. Let's see what they look like on my big head. Okay, there we go. So let's go with those. All right, let's work on and clear out the pharaohs. We only have 10 of those to go, so I know we can knock those out easy. And again, guys, if you'd like to support the live, links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. I'm King Tut. I'm adorable. Like, I really should grow a mustache. It'd be like super cute on me. Anywho, like a beard or something. I don't know. I should get one. What was I about to say? Neely, you totally threw me off with that one. I was like, oh, it's so cool. Wasn't expecting one. Let me see here. What was I saying? Angel, I forgot. Oh, I remember now. If you like to support the live, all right, I'm going to give you this reminder. Black women labor ain't free. All right. Black women's labor ain't free, and mine definitely ain't free. All right. So the best way to support the live is via the links in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo also have a Zelle. Everything with Erica9@gmail.com. All right. Again, that's everything with Erica9@gmail.com for the Zelle, and everything with Erica on PayPal and Venmo. Thank you so very much. Let's. What do you have, Angel?
Yeah, I'm getting enough. I'm sorry. It's taking me a little bit.
It's okay.
My laptop's going crazy right now.
It's okay.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have something that is from Congress.gov and basically says that the Biden administration brought in 6.7 million new illegal immigrants
You
that
don't want
have
to use
entered the
that.
U.S.
You don't want to use
No,
that.
not Congress.
Yeah, that's just basically a representative on the floor talking. They don't have
That's
anything
fair.
to back that up.
Yeah, I don't know. I had the source and I'm like super blanking out on it.
Yeah. So
But
here's the deal.
I'll give it to you until I can find it.
So you're right. The 10.8 million encounters at the border.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was 10.1 actually. So 10.1
Yeah.
million encounters at the border is what we had during the Biden administration. We know that. All right. And what we do know about encounters because of things like Title 42 and Title 8 is that it allowed the same person to be counted multiple times.
Mhm.
So if person A came on Monday and was turned away, and then came again on Saturday and was turned away, that's 2 times that week. And if they did that 2 times, a week for a whole year, all right, then what we do know is that's a lot. That's over 100 for them being counted. Imagine thousands of people doing that. All right.
Sure.
Because the encounters number and also the gotaway number, all right, and the gotaways is at about 2 million is what was recorded by Customs and Border Patrol. All right. So with that being said, that doesn't take into account expulsions. So that doesn't take into account deportations, and it doesn't take into account turnarounds. All right. So that's why we have to look at the numbers and look at them in a whole. All right. Because the people that were let into the United States, all right, those were asylum seekers. That's who was let into the States, asylum seekers. Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
don't want to be a pharaoh. What am I be?
Yeah, I'm saying something that
I'm gonna say
CBP
royalty.
average like 75,000 expulsions per month over the course of Title 42. Something like that.
Where are you getting that
Just an
from?
average. That's from Migration Policy Institute.
Yeah. And so like when you take those things into consideration, no. Also, I would like to ask you this question. All right. Do you think that Donald Trump, that he had a border crisis during his presidency, his first term?
100%.
100% he did?
Yes.
Do you think that when Obama left office that he had a border crisis?
No, he actually deported a lot more than even Biden and Trump
Exa- it,
combined.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So is it safe to say that Joe Biden inherited Donald Trump's border crisis?
Uh, I would say that COVID kind of slowed it down. If you think about it, because I mean, with the enactment of Title 42, it made um, entry a lot harder. So it was already starting to decline
Okay.
as he was able to move more funds into the
Mm-hmm.
CBP.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, when COVID came out, it kind of derailed everything, and it halted at least some of that illegal immigration.
Wait a minute. Time out. Time out.
Mhm.
So if you know that Title 42 basically stopped crossings at the border because of a worldwide pandemic,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
know that. So a health emergency, you know that.
Mhm.
And, and you know that once it was lifted in 2023, that basically crossings at the border, well, immigration at the southern border exploded because there were people who were waiting to already come here. All
Mhm.
right. Why is it that you are blaming Biden for having high records of immigration? Biden didn't change any laws per se at the border. He didn't sign any declarations or proclamations or anything of that nature that said, okay, the US borders are now fully, duly open and anyone and everyone can come in. You don't have to be vetted or anything of that nature. That didn't happen. It basically was a matter of we didn't have enough staffing like we wanted. We didn't have the funding that we needed in order to actually be able to do the thorough vetting that they wanted to do at the border. Like these were things. And Biden tried to rectify that because he saw what was going to happen. He introduced his first border bill 2 weeks after taking office, but it was shot down by the Republican controlled House. They didn't even want to vote on it.
Yeah, 21 and then 23, I believe.
Exactly.
They brought it
21,
back.
23, and then also in 24 with the Langford bill. Remember the Langford bill?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, and the Langford bill was a bipartisan bill. All
Mhm.
right. So, like, why are we, you said something earlier. You said that, like, basically we had open borders and we were just letting everyone in the last 4 years.
I didn't mean it
But
like that. But if I said it like that, yeah, I'm wrong on that. We didn't just let everyone in. We
we
were
know that's not the case.
there.
So, what was the
The only
problem?
Yeah. So what Biden did do was Trump had brought in a policy remain in Mexico. So people who were seeking asylum awaited their asylum status in Mexico in a uh, place that was basically managed by both governments. And once they were admitted in or they were accepted, then they would then be granted access to stay in the United States. So when Biden had annulled that, it basically just made it easier for people to seek asylum, but instead of waiting outside of the US, they waited inside. And potentially that could increase asylum fraud because there are people that necessarily might be running from crime and gang violence, but there's also people that aren't. And the only way to verify that is obviously by doing background checks and everything. But they essentially skipped the process because Biden had annulled that. And it led to a lot of asylees being let into the country, even with sponsorships as well.
Do you know that? What if I told you that even with having a policy like remain in Mexico in place under his first term,
Mhm.
that in his first 3 years as president, Donald Trump approved more asylees than Joe Biden did in his first 3 years?
I agree with that. Yeah,
Yeah. So I'm trying
and
to
they're still
understand
doing
what the
it. Yeah,
problem is.
it's
What's
not
the problem
necessarily an
then?
issue with asylees. I have no issue with
Mhm.
people seeking asylum, but the biggest problem is we had a policy that basically allowed them to remain in Mexico and await that sort of status, and we circumvented that by allowing them to come into the United States, and a lot of these people weren't necessarily seeking asylum. So it opened up a lot of doors to asylum fraud, and unfortunately, a lot of people necessarily who weren't seeking and were obviously here to do uh, maybe commit crimes or even traffic. I won't get into specifics, but uh, basically everything. But it just allowed people to come in and skip what we had prior.
But what would be the downside of people coming into the states to wait out and do the asylum process? What was the downside?
And the
Because
downside is, sorry.
no, I'm just saying because you can't skip you can't skip it. All right, because it's only detrimental to you if you do, let's say, not follow through with the process. Because what ends up happening then is that basically, you know, you'll
Mhm.
definitely then be deported. You don't get to do your claim. But did you say asylum fraud?
Yes,
What is asylum fraud?
people who are seeking asylum but aren't necessarily running away from any government tier or really anything preventing them from staying in their country. A lot of people cited economic poverty as one of them, but there's also many other criteria that is necessary to fill in those asylum cases, and that's why we didn't let in all the South Africans earlier this year.
But you can't. What percentage of asylum applications are denied?
I don't know that off the top of my head. I can get that for you.
Yeah, it fluctuates, but it's typically
Mhm.
between 30 and 60%. And like if we go as far back as like 2017, we were looking at 62% denial
Mhm.
rate there. And yeah, so like we deny quite a bit of applications because there's a process to actually seek an asylum. You don't get to come to the United States and go through a port of entry and just say, I'm scared for my life, and then boom, you're let into the country. That's not how it works. All right.
Right.
You actually, prior to Joe Biden instituting a proclamation actually in June of 2024, you had to have a reasonable fear, and you were vetted. You were vetted at the port of entry by customs and immigration services. And then if you had a reasonable fear, you were let into the country and you would have to come back for a credible fear interview. What Joe Biden did is Joe Biden changed it in June of 2024 as to where you would have to have a credible fear from the beginning. You would have to have a credible fear and you would be, of course, vetted as you always are prior to being able to come into the country. So how can you commit the fraud though? That's what I'm trying to say. If you're just saying, okay, it's an economic fear, like how do you know? Like what do you have to support this that people are lying? Because fraud is a huge claim. So what proof do you have
Right.
that they were lying?
Well, some people can invent a false story of like political persecution or even claiming uh, membership in a group that might be, for example, persecuted against, but they might not necessarily be in that group. For example, could be a political party, ethnic minority, or anything along that sort. And obviously, the DHS can detect those sort of inconsistencies in statements and interviews along with cross-checking timelines and documents.
No, I'm
Um,
pretty sure that they can, but your whole thing is basically like allowing people to come into the country to await their asylum hearing, all right, instead of having them wait in Mexico, all right, is because of asylum fraud. So people lying about why they're seeking
mhm,
asylum and whether or not they actually need to seek asylum in the United States of America. That was your claim. So what I'm asking you is like
mhm.
what evidence other than I think this is happening, do
Sure.
you have to substantiate it? Like, was there a study done, a report? Do you have any data from anything that you can prove to this? Because if not, then I do say this like sincerely, respectfully, you're asking me to trust you, bro, and I'm not going to
I hear
trust
you.
you. So what do you have to back that up?
Here, I can
Sure.
provide something. So there is a article published by Government Accountability Office. This is back in 2015, but you can still
Oh, that's
technically use
super
it
old.
now.
Good God.
But there's also a new one here. Um, there's a most recent one in 2025 by the Arizona Center for Investigative Reporting. And in the article, it shows that um, previously there was a claim of 90%. Let's see. One moment. Let me just make sure I'm getting this out correctly.
Mhm.
Yeah, it basically says that not all are fraud, and that there's a small fraction of unsuccessful claims, and that according to immigration's experts, legitimate claims are routinely unsuccessful for procedural reasons, such as not having a lawyer lacking a merit. And then it's citing the 2015 source that I was going to provide. Basically, just saying that it's not
Yeah, because the
90%,
source
but
that you
it's
gave, the Arizona Center for Investigative Reporting, all right, basically says that the claim that asylum fraud is prevalent
Mhm.
is a lie. It's not
Yeah,
true.
I hear you. Yeah,
So it's not
in
true.
this article, yeah, it basically went back on that and said that while there is, and not all of them are fraud, and also it's fairly hard to prove fraud in that case too. But no, I agree with you that not all of them are fraud, but it does open the door to
Wait,
that
you
said
agree with me
fraud.
that not all of them are fraud? No, no,
Mhm.
no, no, no. That was never my point.
Okay, what was your
That
point?
wasn't my
Sorry.
point. My point is that you just don't have any evidence to support that people are committing asylum fraud in
Mhm.
large numbers, because that
Yeah,
was your point of contention with the Remain in Mexico policy being being rescinded. So
I,
there's that.
I hear you. It's obviously very hard to prove it with statistics. I'm
Hmm.
speaking also from anecdotal, but for the sake of this argument, I won't bring anecdotes. Um,
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that,
yeah,
because
it's not quantitative.
exactly. And yeah, like, and I love to say this is not indicative of
Mhm.
everyone's experience or even an
It's true.
average numbers experience. So here's the thing. The thing is that approximately about 92% of asylum seekers show up to their hearings. All right. They show up to their hearings, and that's without a lawyer. Once they have a lawyer, it's at about 98%. So there's that. All right. So they're showing up. All right. And again, I'll say that under Donald Trump, all right, he issued more asylees here in his first 3 years as president than Joe Biden did in his first 3 years. And the only reason why we're not taking into account the last year of each term is because of the fact that for Biden, the 2024 immigration handbook, what's called the immigration yearbook, isn't available. They haven't printed it yet. The DHS hasn't. And for Donald Trump, there was C-19 in 2020. So
Right.
there's that. But yeah,
Mhm.
so like, what other reasons do you have in supporting Donald Trump? Because immigration is not an issue, is only at the forefront because the Trump administration has made it, the issue. Because there's no negative in regards to immigration. All right.
Right.
They commit less crimes than native born citizens. They contribute in taxes, which Donald Trump is trying to negatively impact. If you want to go over those, we can. So what is it like? What are we doing?
Obviously in sanctuary cities, it becomes a pretty big issue in terms of overcrowded shelters or even emergency hotel programs. You can go look in California specifically. There was going to be there's a whole bunch of these hotels being renovated for either illegal undocumented immigrants or even homeless, and it opens up a lot of fraud in terms of those regarding sanctuary cities.
You seem to have a really, really you really don't like fraud, do you?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. All
Especially
right.
when it's done in my state.
Okay, but do we want to talk about how Donald Trump committed fraud? Because you know
I'd
he
like to hear.
committed fraud, right?
Well, in
In
regards
New York
to
City?
business moving funds
Yeah,
and
Donald
the
Trump
DO,
committed
or sorry,
fraud.
yeah,
No, he committed fraud in the charity to where he was using money that was meant for a charity, like him and his family were using money that was meant for a charity for personal use. So they took money from
I
a
saw
kids'
that.
cancer charity, and now they're not even able to do business in the state of New York anymore. Familiar with the school that personal use?
Yes.
Yeah, like, but you have this huge problem with fraud, yet you voted for the guy who is a fraud and commits fraud.
To be honest, the main reason why I voted for him is I just supported him more than the other candidate. In my opinion, I aligned with more of his policies compared to the latter, and obviously, I don't justify all the things he's done. I don't agree with all the things he's done. I think he has a very smart mouth and he can get himself into a lot of problems. But at the same time, I also think that uh, when he was running for office, obviously the reason why people aligned with him is mainly for immigration, and obviously with the uh, when Kamala Harris had pulled up to the border itself and said that there was not an issue, there were very little crossings, or she didn't see any when she had went, and then there were later CBP statements saying that she doesn't even show up or she doesn't even really pay attention to what's going on or even talk to us regarding what's going on. That's mainly why I kind of supported him in that sense.
What? That no, none of that. In regards to Kamala Harris, that didn't happen. That literally just didn't happen. Do you know what her job was in
Yeah, she was the
regards
border czar.
to immigration?
Yes,
No,
border
no,
czar.
no, dear. She was never the border czar. That was not her title. Her title was vice president. Joe Biden never called her the border czar. That didn't happen. We don't have czars here in the United States of America. Well, we didn't prior to January 20th, 2025. But yeah, we don't have czars here. That's a Russian thing. This is the United States.
Sorry, she's not officially appointed as a border czar. I bet.
Like,
But yes, she
she
was
was
given a
never
specific role.
colloquially the border czar either by anyone in her party. So that's not a thing. It's just not a thing.
Mhm.
But I have a question for you. All right. You said
Sure.
border czar, so I can take it that you don't know what her role was in regards to immigration.
I had a brief
It's
idea,
okay.
but I mean, sure. You obviously probably know more than I do.
You have a brief idea? No, share with the class what you know. And also,
Well,
guys, I know that Juan is a Trump supporter, so he's just gonna have to exercise some. Go ahead, Angel. What is it that you do know in regards to her role with immigration?
right. So she was specifically tasked with diplomatic and developmental opportunities, strengthening economic, reducing, what was it, violence, corruption. She had to take a stance on trafficking, and that's kind of the main summarization I can give of her responsibilities.
It was with a specific area, though. Do you remember what specific area that was?
I'm blanking out.
It was a Northern Triangle. So
Okay.
it was going to be El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala.
hmm
Yeah. So with that, all right. So she was tasked because we saw an influx of migrants from those three countries, known as the Northern Triangle, coming to the United States of America. Joe Biden simply asked her to figure out why and how can they quell it. All right. It wasn't to stop it. It wasn't to even like it wasn't. She wasn't responsible for immigration in total. That was Mayorkas's job. That's whose jobs that was. All right. Kamala Harris, like you said, she had a diplomatic approach there, and she had to work with the local governments and also the federal government there in the Northern Triangle in order to figure out why these people were coming in droves to the United States of America. And she did exactly that. She was actually able to get companies to invest, not pledge, but actually invest in opportunities in Ecuador, Guatemala, and Ecuador, I'm sorry, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. All right, so that people would be more inclined to actually stay in their home country. And she did a great job at it because that was her job. She did what she was supposed to do. So we know that by what, like mid 2023, that immigration from the Northern Triangle did decrease in the United States of America. We know that because that's when the right started making Venezuelans the problem. So my question for you is this. Because I really just want to know. Because I know that you're not a piece of shit like Juan. At least you haven't proven yourself to be that way. All right.
I appreciate that.
Angel, if you had to vote today with all that you've seen Donald Trump do, all right, Amanda, with all that you've seen Donald Trump do thus far in this second term, if you had to vote for Trump or Kamala Harris today, who would you vote for?
I think I'd still stick with my vote, to be honest.
Okay, so you're okay with supporting a person who's been basically accused of raping a 13-year-old girl?
Yeah.
You're okay with that?
It hasn't been officially proven, and that's mainly how I can
so you're okay.
respond
You're
to
okay
that.
with that. Okay. You're also okay with the person who was found civilly liable for sexually abusing Eugene Carroll.
Eugene Carroll. I
Yeah,
mean,
Eugene.
like the biggest issue that I have with that is New York purposely made they what was it? They passed something that the Survivors Act that basically made it so that she could testify in regards to that, even though it had already passed the statute of limitations. And during that whole trial, Trump was actually going to go show up prior to the election and provide DNA evidence, and obviously he was elected. But like I said, I also believe in due process, and I'm not going to call him an adjudicated rapist just because there's no formal evidence that have actually come out that specifically says he does. There's alibis, there's claims that has happened, but he's only been charged civilly, and if it was criminal, then he would have been behind bars, and that's mainly my take on that.
Wow. Whoa, that was a lot. That was a lot. So you are actually a piece of shit. I say that very, very nicely. So let's talk about it. Let's actually talk about it because that was insane, Angel. Like seriously, like what are we doing right now? So with that being said, you're categorically you're wrong. All right. The thing is that Donald Trump had 2 years to provide his DNA. He had 2 years to provide his DNA. Why did Donald Trump wait until after closing arguments to say, okay, hey, here's my DNA? Why did he wait?
Want me to answer that?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us, why did he wait? Because when the innocent man literally just be like, hey, swab me, take whatever sample you need. Hey, here's some hair. Here's some baby batter, whatever you guys call it. Like he literally would have done that as an innocent man, but he didn't. He stalled for 2 years and then didn't try to do it until after closing arguments.
Well, specifically, his legal team cited that if he was to offer it, it could be framed as an admission that the encounter happened. So, from that standpoint, if he never provided that DNA evidence, then they don't have a necessary a stance to substantiate that it ever did happen. So, and he denied ever meeting her also provided providing DNA would contradict his stance.
Yeah, but he
And,
denied meeting her, but also confused her with his ex-wife, Marla Maples. So let's be so
this
for
is
real here.
Pretty old.
Now, with that being said, why would an attorney advise an innocent man not to provide their DNA? Because it would lead credence to the fact that they had met? Okay, if they did meet, even so, all right, if the DNA isn't a match, then she has absolutely no case, does she not? He literally
Right.
gave her her case by not providing his DNA. So that doesn't make any sense whatsoever, what was just said. That was bad
Yep.
legal advice. Absolutely awful legal advice, and also the sign of an extremely guilty man.
I mean, I would also say that this also came about with all the other cases that he had against him. Not only was he subpoenaed, but they can also use the DNA to cross-reference and even find probable evidence in related investigations that might not have actually been true. And at that point, he has a whole bunch of civil fraud cases, and I think he would just rather pay off.
He hasn't paid her a dime yet. He owes her like over $83 million, and he hasn't paid her anything. Like your answers aren't making sense, and it just sounds like you're trying to justify and rationalize a rapist. Like he raped her, and you're sitting here, you're justifying it, and you also said that that the state of New York passed this law, the Survivors Act, for E. Jean Carroll.
Well, to make it easier for
To make it, you said to make it easier
plaintiffs
for
to
her
accuse.
to file her suit. This one
Her
person to file her
specifically,
suit is what you
but
said.
for the other people that they were obviously helping prosecute Donald Trump.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. All right. E. Jean Carroll filed her first lawsuit against Donald Trump in 2019. 2019. All right. When was the Survivors Act introduced?
Specifically, I might be caring for Survivors Act is different. The Adult Survivors Act, I'm sorry, is May 2022.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Trial, for the first trial, for the first trial, what issue did she run into? Was it because of statute of limitations, or was it because Donald Trump was president?
Well, it was also one statute of limitations. She didn't. It was already past that. So the Adult Survivors Act basically created a limited window which adult survivors could file civil lawsuits, not criminal, for sexual offenses that previously occurred under the old statute of limitations.
Pretty big thing you're missing in that.
Mike?
That was passed for survivors of sexual abuse, specifically from churches and other areas.
Catholic Church.
Right, which was cited in her case, was it not?
Correct. So I'm saying the original act that you're talking about was just expanded for herself and other people, and it wasn't specifically for her. She just capitalized on it, and I'm glad she did.
Yeah, you proved my point. What's
But
the issue?
no, you said they passed it for her.
Not just her specifically, but obviously the other people who were accusing him of this.
And it wasn't done just for Trump, too. It actually had nothing to do with Trump.
It had nothing. But think about what you just said. You said the other people accusing him of this. Okay,
Right.
One person accusing you, okay, we can be skeptical. Two people, okay. But I believe all victims. I just want everyone to know that. All right, this is for illustrative purposes only. But 26 people accusing you of sexual harassment and or sexual assault, that is a pattern. Not all of them are lying. And you still voted for him. That is weird. Donald Trump has been implicated in being closely intimate with Jeffrey Epstein. All right. Closely, they were best friends. And we all know what he did. We all know what he did. Juan, I'll get to you in just a moment. We already know who you are. It's no secret. All right. So, Angel, closely intimate. And you are basically just justifying what it is that he's done. Like, make it make sense. Jeffrey Epstein himself even said that Donald Trump knew about the girls and that he had spent hours at the home while one of the victims was there. He also talked about, because he knew about the girls, and we have confirmation from him that he knew about the girls because one of the girls was Virginia G, who Jeffrey poached. He stole from Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort as an employee to go work at his home in Palm Springs. So you're saying, trying to remain pragmatic here. You're literally going around in circles and twisting yourself to actually defend Donald Trump's bad behavior. Do you think that character has no part of a person's ability to lead? Or do you simply just agree with the shit that he's done?
I like his policies more than the latter for sure.
You like his policies more than the aforementioned, so you don't too much care about the character part. You only care about the policies.
Well, he's more transparent. Like realistically, everyone knows how Trump is. Like, if you look at him, you can tell what he's probably going to say. And personally, I like the fact that regardless of who he is, you're going to be able to figure that out. I mean, no, there has been no other
Donald
president.
Trump is not transparent. He's not transparent. We can literally look at the damn, excuse my English. We can look at the files. We can look at the files. Donald Trump told us on the campaign trail that he would release the Epstein files. He doubled down on that as president. All right. He doubled down on that. All right. He even had his appointed Attorney General, Pam Bondi, saying that the files were on her desk. And yes, she was going to release them. Then Elon, when they get into a tiff, he basically makes it known that, hey, you're in the files. Like, he makes it known. And then Bondi, all right, comes back and says, well, you know what? The files don't exist. Then Donald Trump says, okay, they're a hoax. They don't exist. And then Donald Trump tells Bondi to release whatever it is she has. And then it's back to being a hoax. And now, just now, within the last week, Donald Trump was once again calling the e-files a hoax. He was calling it a hoax based off of the emails, calling it a lie, asking for Pam Bondi to investigate those involved. That's what he did. But all of a sudden it's, yeah, I want the files released. Where's the transparency in that? Where is it?
Well, I also think it also kind of ties into
no,
really
answer the question, please. Where is the transparency in it?
The transparency? Well, originally he ran on releasing the files, and obviously there were some hiccups, and he should have. And to be honest, the fact that
what
he
he
didn't
should have
immediately do
done,
it.
Angel, because this is we've been good. I just really want you to answer that question. All right, you have to answer this question.
Sure.
Where is the transparency in this instance? Where is the transparency? Because we have a whole bunch of other instances of Donald Trump being pretty damn opaque, the complete opposite of transparent.
Well,
because was it transparent? Hold on, was it transparent when they met with Bobart in the Derngo Situation Room? Was that transparent to try to get her to, take her name off of the petition to release the files?
I mean,
oh, chat, you guys want to do a kick pool? Hold on one more. If you want to do a kick pool, you guys already know what the deal. We not new here. We know what the deal is. All right. A kick pool. Let's see. What should we do the kick pool for? We did that. Let's go for 75. Shauna's like, I don't want to talk to Juan. Let's go for 75. 75 to kick. $75 to kick Angel. Links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle. Everything with Erica9@gmail.com. All right. And also shout out to Shauna for the $10. Shauna said, a dad joke, Shauna, seriously. Shauna said, what is blue but not heavy? Light blue. Shauna, I'm trying to be serious right now. I'm trying to be serious. Don't do that. Drop some hearts in the chat for Shauna. Also, drop some hearts in the chat for John. John sent a $1 donation and said, I said it before, I'll say it again. You're fucking amazing. You always been nothing but nice to me. I really appreciate you. Oh, thank you, John. Thank you so very much, love. I appreciate you too. Thank you so very much. Drop some hearts in the chat for John, y'all. Also, over on the tube, shout, oh, I can't do that. Cancel. Shout out to Rainy in the Desert for the $2 super chat. They said, what you call a piggy that does karate? Pork chop. I'll take that one. All right, I'll take it. Draw some hearts in the chat, y'all. Draw some hearts in the chat for all of our donors. If you'd like to support the live, links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. Everything with Erica is the name. And I also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. And oh yeah, Juan Carlos left. Also, guys, also if you're over on the tube, best way to support the live is via a super chat. All right. Best way to support is a super chat. Thank you guys so much for the encouragement, your engagement, the support. Like y'all are fucking awesome. So let's keep it going. Angel.
Mm-hmm.
Angel?
Yes.
Make it make sense. You gotta make it make sense. What is transparent about meeting with a sitting congressperson, all right, and having them meet in the war room? Information doesn't get in or out, right? And it was to convince her to take her name off of the petition to release the files. What's transparent about how Donald Trump has handled the Jeffrey Epstein files?
Oh, I don't agree with how he handled the majority of it. I mean, to him obviously being elected, he was very strong on releasing it, and I'm in support of that. I also think that he could have handled it a lot better, and I think the one thing that he probably has done that's a lot better is he was asked about it specifically, like, what do you think about releasing the files? And I think he said it maybe yesterday or the day before. He's like, just release them.
It's a load of course.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually don't appreciate you guys just complete fucking revising of history, or better yet, current events. There's no wording it differently or could have handling it better. He's lied. He has lied for years about his relationship with Epstein, the reason why he kicked him out, everything in between. He has straight up lied.
So my biggest issue with the Epstein files is, why were they never released under the Biden administration?
I love that question. I love that question. I love that question. It's not a pivot. It's not a pivot because it's, you know what? I love that question. The reason why they weren't released in full is because parts of those records were still sealed. They became fully unsealed in September of this year. All right. When Ghislaine Maxwell lost her most recent appeal. That's when they became unsealed. Now, while those were being used in an ongoing investigation, because she doesn't have any open appeals, so there's no ongoing investigation at this time, all right, only parts that weren't pertinent to her appeal could be released. So that's why. All right, this includes because files from Jeffrey's trials were included in Ghislaine's, all right, along with her records. Okay, so as long as she was under an open appeal, then the files in full could not be released. But a federal judge in December of 2023 did order records to be released. The ones that could be were in January of 2024. That's how we got the flight records. That's how we learned about different names in the logs and who traveled with him. Because under the Biden administration, they did release them. But the same thing can be said about the Trump administration, because when did he pass away? When did he supposedly, when did that happen? What year was it, Angel?
2019, I believe.
2019. Who was president in 2019?
Trump.
Okay. All right. So why didn't Trump release the files in 2019? Why didn't he release them in 2020?
He was held to the same standard in the sense that
No, no. Don't switch it now, because you just asked us, why didn't the Biden admin, why didn't Joe Biden release the files? I am the one that told you why he didn't. Now you're trying to use the reason that I told you why he didn't and did a partial release. You're trying to use that under Trump now? Is that what you're trying to do?
no, but it was still an ongoing case. They hadn't fully completed the grand.
Then
Obviously
why are
brought it
you
up to the
asking
grand
why
jury.
weren't the files released under Biden then? That doesn't make any
Well,
sense, your question.
I'm saying that it hasn't fully happened under Trump, so that's why he didn't release the files. In terms of the victim
Bruh.
names, the Biden administration had access to that.
What was the reason? What was the reason? What was the reason?
Hector,
Yeah.
is my gas being lit? It's being lit. Okay, it is. It's being lit. Okay, because you're lighting my gas right now, and I don't like it. Like, I don't like it. I'm gonna put that flame out. I'm putting it out. It's gone. We're not doing that.
I don't care. Biden is out of office, was never involved with
Exactly.
FTX. He's currently dying of cancer. Who gives a fuck? The current sitting president is the creep.
Bit creep. Bit creep. So, with that being said, Donald Trump has not been transparent when it comes to the e-files. He just simply hasn't. All right. He is not a transparent person. I mean, I guess if you call saying stuff to people that's inappropriate transparent, being crude and lewd and rude and just straight up disrespectful transparent, then sure, Trump is transparent. But when it comes to actually telling the truth, what transparency actually means, Donald Trump is not that. He's not an honest person, and he's not transparent.
So, quick question.
Sure.
So, what you're saying is that Trump specifically did not release the Epstein files, and that he could have, or I'm
No,
trying to
that
get
was
your
your
stance.
claim. That was
Okay.
your stance.
Well,
That was your
I
stance.
don't believe that Trump could actually release them. I also still believe that a federal
Then
judge
why do you
still
think
has to
that
sign
Biden
off on it.
could then?
I just think that the documents were obviously still available during then, and it's become an issue specifically under Trump when the documents have been out for longer than Trump's presidency.
You are. Hey, I can ask you a question, Angel. Angel, does your back hurt? What about your neck? Does your neck hurt?
My back hurts. Yeah,
Your back hurts. You know why your
Mhm.
back hurts?
I injured myself.
All them damn pretzels you twisting yourself into. That's why it hurt. That's
don't
how
eat
you injured
carbs.
yourself. Yeah.
I mean, sitting here saying with your full chest, you don't think Trump could have released them, as we know that it's going to happen within the next 30 days, is crazy.
It's not his
Exactly.
decision, though. It's obviously they have to. A federal judge has to rule on it.
It wasn't a judge that ruled on it. It was Congress, and then he ordered it beforehand, which is why the Republicans even sided with Democrats to begin with, because they were awfully wishy-washy beforehand.
Right.
Exactly.
Where have
What
you been?
What did Democrats do on the day of Charlie Kirk's death?
What
Did
the
we
fuck
forget?
did that
What
have to
kind
do with
of
this?
pivot was that?
They voted against releasing the files. So
What do
both sides are complicit in that.
Cool. I would love for you to cite how Democrats voted against releasing the files this year. Please do.
Sure.
And when you find it, I have a beachfront property in Alaska for you.
This is a
It's gonna be
lot.
awfully cold.
This is a lot, guys. But shout out to Carmela for the 25. Carmela said, Angel is ignorant and disgusting. I'm just a
So-
messenger. I'm just a messenger. Shout out to Carmela. Drop those hearts in the chat. All right. Carmela has started the pool, guys. She started the pool. We have 50 to go. 50 to go. If you guys are wanting to get rid of Angel, it's up to y'all. All right. It's up to y'all. Because so far, Angel, Angel may be a piece of poo. You might be a piece of poo, but I can talk to Angel. So there's that. I'm just gonna let you guys know. So drop those hearts for Carmela. 50 to go. Links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo also have Zelle. Everything with Erica 9@gmail.com. Again, that is everything with Erica. Everything with Erica. PayPal and Venmo and everything with Erica 9@gmail.com. All right. If you're on the tube, you can definitely send a super chat. All right. I appreciate y'all. Let's just keep doing all other good things. Let's get these likes up to 200,000 likes. So let's go ahead and do that. Also, guys, we have 6 more of the pharaohs to go. So I don't know what I want to say for those. What do I want to say for the pharaohs? I know what I'm going to say. No, I don't want to say we was kings. I'm going to say Kemet. Kemet. Yeah. No, that's too much work. I have to think. Jules, cats. No, I don't like cats that much. Don't judge me, guys. We'll see what happens. Whatever the spirit leads me to do, we'll do it. But Angel, here's the thing. All right. Did you find that document for walk like an Egyptian? How you do it, Shauna?
Yeah, one moment. Yeah, so there was a bill specifically on September 10th that they had was led by Democrats at forcing release of it, but was defeated on September 10th, 2025, with all Democrats voting against it, with some Republicans. I think there was 2. That was September 10th. Was
Let's see here. One moment. I'm vaguely familiar with what it is you're talking about. And does it state why? I have to look into it here.
Yeah, they had tried to put some language in it that the Republicans, I believe it was in regards to honoring Charlie Kirk, something like that.
Wait a minute. So, yes, that's right. They wanted to do a friggin' thing with Charlie Kirk and make like his birthday or something, like a holiday or something of that nature. They wanted to do that like a Remembrance Day. And it wasn't on the I don't think it was on the 10th. It was something that happened that they wanted to include in it. Hector, do you remember that?
Yeah, I'm unaware of anything in regards to the Epstein files being mixed in there.
So that's what I'm trying to find, because I remember them voting something down, but I'm trying to find something about that. Here we go. Let's see here. I know September 19th that the Republicans blocked the Senate vote to release the e-files. Hmm. What article do you have there? Where are you reading that
It's
from?
by AP News.
So AP. All right. What's
AP
the
News.
headline?
Let's see. Basically, it's saying Senate
No,
Republicans.
what's the headline?
The headline? It
Yeah.
says Senate Republicans defeat Democrats' effort to force the release of Epstein files. Which obviously,
That's like
when you
literally
read
opposite
that,
of what you're saying.
right? But when you look into it, it's because the Democrats had tried to put specific language that the Republicans didn't agree with.
You said Senate Republicans force. I'm sorry.
Defeat Democrats' effort to force the release of Epstein files.
Wait, what does this have to do with the Charlie situation?
Because it was passed, it was proposed on that same day.
That proposal you're talking about was beforehand, because we've had 2 of those. Are you talking about one in September?
September
One in
10th.
October?
Oh, Hector, hey, can you do us a favor, Angel? Can you read the very first paragraph? I need you to read the very first paragraph. I love popcorn rings, so go.
Sure.
Your turn.
Yeah. In a close vote, Senate Republicans defeated an effort Wednesday by Democrats to insert language into Congress annual defense authorization bill that would have forced the public release of case files of the
You can say just
investigation. I'm sorry, I don't know. It's fine. Investigation into the late Jeffrey Epstein. Right. So they were trying to put that into an annual defense bill.
exactly.
It's not
So
it's not
that is
necessarily-
why. That is why. That is why. All right. That is why the Democrats. All right. That is why that didn't pass. All right. And it was a close vote. All right, because the Republicans voted 51. I'm sorry, the Republicans voted 51 for no, and the Democrats voted 49 for yes. So it wasn't the Democrats who voted against releasing the files at any point. It was the Republicans who did so.
Right, but the biggest
But
issue
you
here
said
is
that the Democrats are the ones who didn't want to pass who didn't want to release the files. That's what you said. And you specifically noted this instance. So is there another instance that you're talking about?
The main consensus and the main people, or what people think, obviously, and from what has been shown, is that Republicans have voted against the release, mainly citing this source. But the biggest issue was they put a controversial
Hector, do you see
amendment
how
to a
he's trying to
defense
squirm his way
bill.
out of this one?
Hey, Angel. You know what you just did?
What?
You just fucking lied like your pig president.
Yep.
Oh.
You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about at all. There's no vote this year, to my knowledge, where Republicans were the ones ready to release the files and Democrats said no because of language.
So why would they propose a bill, like a very controversial amendment, and add it to a defense bill, which mostly
cool, got you.
those operations are
There's this
considered a
thing that
must-have.
Republicans and Democrats do in Congress and the Senate, right? Where they like to mix a bunch of things together because it increases the chances of it passing. It makes it a lot more difficult to go, hey, it makes it easier to go, let's give 5 million to, I don't know, the Catholic anti-abortion fund
Hector.
over, yes.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. The best way to look at this is a 2023 immigration bill. Well, it was the 2023 one, or was it 2022? But the one with Ukraine, all right? It was an immigration bill, but they were including funding in it for Ukraine because of the war in Ukraine. So there's that. And that one was struck down because of the aid for Ukraine in it. They wanted just a complete and whole immigration bill, and they didn't want anything else, all right? And we still yet don't have an immigration bill. And we still pass funding for Ukraine. So it's like that. So that's literally what they do. It's called pork, is what it's called. Except for this pork, all right, this pork was like the really, really good pork, like some grade A other white meat type pork, all right, because it would have been the release of the Epstein files. So there's that, all right? And Hector is absolutely correct. There has not been any instance where the Democrats have ever been against releasing the files. At any point. Matter of fact, late last week, after those emails were released, all right, what we had Republicans actually infighting because Massey wanted to have those files released, whereas other Republicans were like, no. And Mike Johnson wasn't even sure, yet he was reluctant, all right, to say, okay, we'll do it, and he'll hold a vote on it. But some even called it like partisan warfare and said that they weren't going to play that game.
Yeah.
So there's that. So you literally just did what Hector says your president does because he lies and you just lied. You literally just lied and for no reason whatsoever.
Because they just voted, I believe, 427-1. There was only one person who rejected.
And there was a Republican named Higgins out of Louisiana.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Check his hard drive.
I can agree with you on that. But that's what I'm trying to say is if they wanted the bill to pass that bad, why didn't they release it as a standalone bill? Why did they put it right? Honestly, the argument for Republicans in that sense is why would we fund this through our defense bill?
It was put
I think
forward.
The chat loves him, by the way.
Yeah, y'all got to, because there's a whole pool going, and I don't know what the fuck y'all doing.
It's okay. They think black women are cool. I get it.
God, bullshit. This has been introduced several times individually, and it didn't work. So the best way, the next option, because both parties do it, I understand why, is to add into a bigger bill that's absolutely needed. That's the whole point. So you can't make this argument
of easier to get the votes.
It could have been solo. And then they've done it solo.
Mr. Michael, 50. All right. It was 75. We got 25. So 50 is left. Sorry, Hector.
There you go. I was I just feel like we're going in circles.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. He's on display right now. He's literally on display. He's on display to show that he is a piece of poop.
Correction. He's going in circles.
Yeah. And yeah, because like, what else is an Angel? What else is it? We know that he's not transparent. All right. We know that he's a liar. He's a liar. And you kind of proven why you do support him because you lie also. You literally just lied to us.
What did I lie about?
You lied about the Democrats voting against releasing the files. That never happened.
What I mean by voting, yes, I said the wrong term, but my issue is
We don't
they
have to
didn't release a
revisit. We know that
standalone
didn't
bill.
happen.
And they actually did propose a bill. It just was never brought up by leadership in July 15th of 2025, HR
Yeah, that was
4405.
between Massey and Ro Khanna.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a
And it just
bipartisan one.
bipartisan. So that's where it just was never brought up. 15th. Yes, it's never.
That's not true. That's not true. That is so untrue. They needed 218 votes. They needed 218 signatures. I'm sorry, 218 signatures. All right, to get the petition to pass. All right, who was the 218th vote?
Let me guess. G. Vance.
Why would
So
JD Vance be the 218th vote? He has
I'm
nothing to do with the House.
trying
No.
to.
Her name is Adelita Grajava. Do you know who
Okay.
Adelita
Sorry,
Grajava is?
got that mixed up. There was another bill. Yes.
You do know who she is. Okay, so when did Adelita Grajava win her special election?
I don't have the date on the top of my head. You probably know.
September 23rd.
Right.
September 23rd. When was Adelita Grajava sworn in?
She hadn't been sworn in yet
When was she
due to
sworn
the
in?
shutdown. I'm assuming it happened already. I don't remember. I haven't looked into that.
Literally November 12th. Mike Johnson refused to resume this session of Congress so that she could be sworn in because he knew that her 218th signature on that petition would force the House vote. That shows you right there, that is a lack of transparency, not just from the Trump administration, but my God, today from our own free House of Representatives.
Right, but it also happened during a federal shutdown.
It didn't happen during a federal shutdown. The government did not shut down until October 1st. Adelita won her election September 23rd. Which comes first, October 1st or September 23rd?
Obviously September 23rd. But she should be sworn in the same day.
Exactly. No, she could have been sworn in the next day. That's typically how it happens. Like the next business day, they're sworn in because it's a special election.
Right. Okay. Well, I can't really defend that, but I hear you.
Why are you sitting here like the Republicans have held up the release of the files. Donald Trump has definitely held up the release of the files when he actually can release the files, because you should not go on anyone's panel ever again and ask the question, why didn't Joe Biden release the files? All right, because you're going to have to expect someone to ask back to you, why hasn't Donald Trump released the files? Why did it have to go through a petition through Congress?
I hear you.
So, exactly. All right. Donald Trump has been lying to you all for a year and a half in regards to these Epstein files. We didn't believe him, but you believed him. You believed when he called it a hoax. And now you're believing him that they do exist while obfuscating the fact, like trying to remove him from all culpability, because this entire time he could have released the files.
Not him specifically. That's where I beg to differ. He cannot fully release it. It still has to be signed off by a federal judge. Because if that was the case, then Biden would have
did Donald Trump petition a court in New York and also in Florida to release grand jury testimony, knowing damn well that it is a rarity unless it's for the public's best interest? That is only really when it's done. All right, to release grand jury testimony. Right. He knows this. He knows the court system. He's been sued over 4,000 times.
But he cannot release any victim statements or even the names.
Because that's grand jury testimony. That's where that stuff is included.
I'm trying to say is there were other files that were released. It just was not the grand jury testimony. Am I wrong?
I don't think you're getting it. You're not getting it. You're not getting it. The point is, sir, all right, that Donald Trump knew that the grand jury testimony couldn't be released. All right, it was a ploy. Like you had to. How old are you again?
23.
23.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is the way that you want to move through life, thinking that like a person like Donald Trump, all right, is making good decisions. Like this is not the type of person that you want to be defending.
I mean,
But
I would argue
anywho,
that. Sorry.
shout out. Hold on one moment. Shout out to Amanda for the 10. Thank you so much, Amanda. Amanda said, I can't get more coins right now, but you are absolutely amazing. And I appreciate you so much. You're a freaking, I'm not. No. I will take this. You're an angel. He's a demon. Thank you so much, Amanda. Drop some hearts in the chat for Amanda, y'all. Drop some hearts in the chat for Amanda. All right, guys, we're at $35. $35 for our kick goal. I'm counting that towards the kick. All right. So what that means is that we have $40 left to go. $40 left to go to get Angel up out the paint. It's on y'all. It's on y'all. I'm just gonna say it's on y'all because I'm about to start mothering him. I still want to let you know that. So Angel.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Like seriously. You give me Jason Bateman. You know who Jason Bateman is?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure you know who that is. All right. That's what it's giving. Like making excuses for a person like Trump Patrick Bateman, that's who it is, because Jason is the actor. Patrick is
I figured you were
sociopath.
saying Patrick, but
yeah. His middle name is Jason.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, but seriously, dude, like, come on, this guy, like Trump truly is not a good person. He's a piece of shit. He's a bad businessman. Like he does not have any successful business outside of the one that his dad gave him. All right. He can't hold a marriage. He's been married 3 times.
Erica, can I do a PSA? Then I'm going to drop.
Okay.
Guys, we have 353 people on the live. We should at least be at 200K likes for the time that she has been up here. Black women's labor is not free, especially when the labor you can participate in is free, which is tapping the screen, sharing the live, reposting, adding to your story, those little things. You can also send your daily heartbeats because I'm sure all of you have at least one goddamn coin. So make sure you send your daily heartbeats. Join the team. I think she calls them the loves. Yeah. She calls them the love. Go ahead and become a love today. You can do that through that. You can do that through the subscription goal. Those of you on the tube can do it that way as well. Just end this, please. Fuck's sake. That being said, there's also 4 more left of the mummy thingy majiggies. Make sure you send the mummy thingy majiggies.
I call them mummy majiggies.
Yeah, I didn't know what that. So do that. Do that. Support Black businesses. I'm out. Angel, you're a fucking twat.
Thank you. Take care, boss.
Put some hearts in the chat for Hector. Hector does not like you at all.
That's okay.
He does not like you at all. Like
I've been nothing but respectful. Try to be.
Well, you can be respectful and still be a piece of shit. All right. Shout out to Tyrone for the $40. Thank you so much, Tyrone, for the $40. Thank you so much, Angel. That means your time here has come to an answer. Can I tell you something?
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to tell you something.
Sure.
You say I don't hate you.
Right.
I just hate all of the choices that you make, because those are the choices that bitch ass niggas make.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
That's all.
So
that's all. That's all. That is all. Drop some hearts in the chat for Tyrone. Drop some hearts in the chat for Tyrone. Thank you, Tyrone. Because I thought I was about to have to mother that child. There's no fucking way. Like, why are you okay with this? Like, what happened? What is your relationship like with your mother? What is your relationship like with your father? You have siblings? Let's talk about it. I was about to start. I was going to go down that path. He was about to get gentle parent. That was. He needs help. Hi. Okay, guys. So, yes, let's keep doing all of the good things like Hector said. All right, let's get it up to 200,000 likes. All right, we're halfway there on the mummy thingamajiggies. I figured out that I'm just going to say mummy. When they come across, I'm going to say mommy. All right. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you're sending your daily heart me and reposting the live. All right. And if you like to support the live, by all means, you can do so. Pay links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. I also have a Zelle, everythingwitherica9@gmail.com. And guys, if you are over on the tube, you can send a super chat. So again, that is everythingwitherica9@gmail.com, Zelle, or everything with Erica, PayPal and Venmo. I swear to God, I'm going to start like reading off a script for this mod announcement because it's a lot. It's a lot.
All right,
Nathan.
so we can
Hey, Trump 2024. Hold on one moment. AOC 2028. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat, love. They said, can we get a but what about Biden shirt? What about Biden? All I got at the end of the month, but still want to kick in. Hey, love. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Never apologize or anything for that. You give because you want to. So thank you so much. Drop some hearts in the chat for AOC 2028. All right. So Trump, is it Trump 2024? Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have a name that we can call you?
Cordero.
Cordero?
Yep.
Okay, just want to make sure I said it correctly. Cordero. Okay, so Cordero, how old are you?
I'm 19 years old.
All right. So is this satire the name, or are you truly a Trump supporter?
I'm truly a Trump supporter.
Okay. All right. Why do you still support Trump?
Okay. So the 2024 election was the first election I voted in, right? And the reason why I voted for Trump.
I'm sorry. Which election was it that you voted in? The first one?
2024 was my first
Okay, go
election.
ahead.
Yeah, I turned 18 in August
Cool.
of last year. Yeah, thanks. So I voted for Trump because of personal reasons. You know, things under the Biden administration was really hard for my family. I voted for him because, like, based off what I think, like pro-life, I'm pro-life.
Can you say boiled bubblegum?
Why?
Just say it. Just say it. Say boiled bubblegum.
But like, why? I don't want to say that.
Uh-huh. I got your number, hussy. Go ahead. Continue on. You said things were really hard for your family.
You know, like I felt like I felt more safer under Trump.
You felt safer under Trump?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Like we had a secure border.
We had a secure border?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
The economy too. I feel like Trump was
Yeah,
gonna
shout out to Obama.
Okay, cool. I feel like the economy was good. And he's like pro-Christian. I mean, Kamala wasn't Christian, so like.
You know what? I haven't done this in a long time. Can we get a thanks Obama in the chat? Can we get a thanks Obama, please? Also over in the tube, thanks Obama.
I'm just curious. Can I just ask you a simple question?
Go ahead.
Was the reason you voted for Obama was because
The reason I voted for Obama?
Did you vote for Obama?
You're assuming that I'm old enough to have voted for Obama. That's rude.
Oh, my fault.
What?
I didn't mean like.
Crazy
Did you
part.
vote? Did you vote for Obama or no?
Yes, I did. Twice.
Twice. Okay, so you were old enough. Got it. You look pretty young to me, so shout out to genetics.
Black don't crack unless you smoke it. But let's get to the point of it, to the matter. All right. Exactly how did you feel safer under Donald Trump? Like, I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about the now. All right. Let's talk about now.
Okay.
So with Donald Trump, I don't know, I can't log into this thing. What is it about Donald Trump right now that you are that you support? Like right now?
His immigration policy, number one.
Okay. What about his immigration policy now in the year of 2025?
Well, he's kicking out people out of this country who breaks the law. I mean, when you come to this country, you got to come here right. You don't want to come to this country illegally. I mean, I don't care if your family is in Venezuela and, you know, I don't care if you guys are homeless or anything. Look, you got to still enter the country illegally. You got to still enter the country legally. That's how the process works for every single
How do you enter the United States legally?
You got to file for citizenships and you got to get your visa and stuff. But they're not doing that. They're coming in from our southern border. They're coming through they're like hiding in cars, their beds, like they're like just hiding into anything. Like, it's just disgusting at this point.
I have a question. Is this something that you've looked into yourself? Like
Yes,
you've
Christy
actually
Noma.
looked into?
I watched this TV show, and it was a show like where immigration officers would like pull over people, and they were trying to come into this country. There was 2 guys, and one of them were the one trying to enter this country. Both of them were both legal citizens, right? So they did their normal protocol, and they checked the vehicle. And you know what they found? They found a guy and his little daughter hiding into the seats. And they checked him, and he came here. He wasn't even a legal citizen. He couldn't even speak English. So, like, there was no way for him
Since
to.
when is time the fuck out, bro? All right. You're 19 years old. Why do you want to be a bigot at 19?
I never said I was a bigot. I just believe in.
No. You are a bigot. Like,
you gotta
why do you
follow
want
the
to
law.
be a bigot?
So, do you think it's okay to come?
Since when is it the law to speak English?
I'm just saying, like, Kamala was busting them in to vote for her.
What year were you born in?
I was born in 2006.
2006.
You're stereotyping me because of my age. Okay, got it.
I'm not stereotyping you because of your age. I was verifying your age.
I'm the new CK.
You are 19.
I'm gonna be the new CK. That's why I'm going to college. Studying into
what?
political science. I want to be the next CK because I believe in my Christian ideology. I mean, Charlie Kirk was like, he fought for our religious freedom. He fought for what's right. He fought. Every child has the right to live. And I know you as a woman, do you believe it's okay to like unalive a baby, huh?
Oh my!
You think it's okay? Why are you laughing? You think it's okay to unalive a baby?
Oh God, because this is funny. Hold on, I need a moment. Give me a moment. I just need a moment. Hold on.
So you think it's okay to unalive a baby? Okay, got it. You're pro-choice, and you think it's okay to unalive a baby. Okay, got it.
What was the reason? What was the reason? What was the reason?
Oh my God, that was so tough.
What is happening?
That's so
what
tough.
are we doing? All right, hold on, Trump, hold on. I'm gonna have the conversation with you. I promise. I am gonna have the conversation with you.
Open borders. Told you.
Trump. Let's. What's your name again? Cordero.
Cordero. Yeah.
Wait, your name's Cordero?
Yeah.
Where your people from, Cordero?
My people. I'm from Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah.
And your name is Cordero.
Yep.
Are you first generation or are you, what is it, second?
I looked at my family line and we originated. We're like, we have European blood, like Western European. Yes. But I'm my family's country. Like we live
so
on
you
a
white.
farm.
You're just white. Like your ethnicity would probably be like what?
White.
Spanish?
I checked my family line. No trace of Spanish, just Western European blood.
Western European? What?
Yeah.
Germanic? What? Okay, never mind. I don't care. You're white. Okay. All right. So, okay. I just want to make sure. This is insanity. Cordero, my ass. So listen. You just said that you want to be the next. Spain is in Western Europe. Yes, it is. Good grief. Corey, I need a moment. You just said that you want to be the next CK, and it's because it's because of your Christian values. All right. And then you started listing off a whole bunch of stuff, right? But let's like stick to your Christian values, because I fully believe that if you voted for the right, you won't see the light. You're going to hell. Fire and brimstone for you.
So you know God loved everyone. Do you know that?
God did love everyone. But
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Do you love everyone?
Of course I do.
You do. You do love everyone. You do. All right, but you want to expel the immigrant, right?
No. Look, I still love you as a person. I still care about you as a person, but you need to just come back. Like, if you come to this country illegally, we're going to deport you. And if you try to get your legal status then you're fine. I don't hate immigrants. I don't know what's with you guys saying that I don't like immigrants. Do you like immigrants?
Fucking love immigrants.
Why?
I love immigrants because they contribute much to our society. much to our society. And I'm not even talking about the ones that come here on visas or who get
I
their
have a question.
permanent residency status and become naturalized. Even our undocumented immigrant community contributes so much to the United States economy. Do you know that in 2022, they contributed about $100 billion in local, state, and federal taxes?
You
That's
know,
a lot of
my
money.
family, my
And
family
time
worked
out,
their, my family
time out.
worked their butt off
Okay.
in a
And so
farm.
do
We
their
own a
families.
farm. We worked. We picked the crops. We did everything. We have the tractors. I'm actually at the farm right now. We've had this farm. My great grandfather had it. We're in the southwest Indiana.
Cordero, Cordero,
Yes.
no one. The
Why are
personal
you
antidotes
Why are
don't
you trying
matter.
to make my name seem Spanish? Like,
Your name
you
is
say it
Spanish.
right?
Your
No,
name
it's
is Spanish.
Cordero.
Cordero. Your name is Spanish.
Well, you can assume, but I don't have any Spanish family members. No Venezuelan. No Mexicans. No, none of those people.
Okay, sure you don't.
Do you know what DEI is? Are you part of that?
No, we're not pivoting. We're going to stick to immigration. All right, we're going to stick to
EBT user.
immigration and your lack of Christianity and
We
your
love your
lack of love for your
EBTs.
neighbor.
Your little baby daddy's here with his EBT money.
Wait, are you trying to do the racism?
I've never been racist at all.
Be creative. Don't do that.
I've never
No,
been
be
racist.
creative. If you're gonna do the racism, just be creative with it.
I never
Like,
been racist.
let's not use 1980s and 1990s tropes. You weren't even around for that. Like, bring it more current. Bring it to the 21st century, buddy. And matter of factly, you don't even have camera access. You're a pussy. But go ahead. Be creative with your racism if you're gonna do it.
Don't call me that, okay, buddy?
Yeah, I just did, buddy. Be creative with your racism.
I am
weirdo.
Charlie. Can I play the song "I Am Charlie Kirk"?
Bruh.
Wait, okay, fine. I'll stop. But why don't you support Trump? Can you tell me?
It doesn't matter why I don't support Trump.
He support.
You do
You know.
support Trump.
Hey, guess what?
I'm literally giving you reasons why I don't support Trump.
He has
conversation.
He has African Americans in his cabinet. He's not racist.
African Americans in his cabinet?
Yeah, you're. He's
Name
not
three
racist.
of them.
Scott Turner, Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. Which he also had his pardon
in his
czar.
current administration.
Yes, his pardon czar.
That's
also
not a real thing.
Well, yeah, but what he just calls it Allie C. Johnson. She's an African American who was
She's not a member of the cabinet, though.
Okay, fine, but she still has got. Trump just made the position, so it's his position. He made it when he first got inaugurated. In February, she was elected February 20th, 2025.
She wasn't elected, sir. No one voted for her, so she wasn't elected.
Well, like Trump made her a cabinet. She made the cabinet position called White House Pardon Czar Income. Look it up. She has her own.
When was the last time you went outside? When's the last time you've been outside?
Last time I went outside was 30 minutes ago.
Was 30 minutes ago? Okay. Yeah. When's the last time you've actually interacted with a black person and off the app?
Today, my best friend.
You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up.
Oh yeah, so Trump established the position on February 20th, 2025. So I named two so far. Third one, I don't think there's a third one, but still
his three people of color in his cabinet, all right, are Scott Turner, all right, the Lori Chavez de Rimmer for the Department of Labor.
I thought you were talking about black people. You said only black.
No, because he doesn't. He only has one black person. That's Scott Turner.
Okay, but that's
the point.
If he was racist,
what is your purpose of asking this question?
He wouldn't have any if he was racist.
That's not true. That's not true. No. Did the slave master sleep with the slave? Again, you're 19 years old. Why are you choosing bigot as a personality? Like, what are you doing?
Because, like, I mean, my black friend supports Trump, and like he was telling me, like,
oh my god,
like he was He was telling me like I told him, "Hey, I'm a Trump supporter. We used to be friends with me." He said, "Yo, bro, I'm also a Trump supporter, and even though you might be white and I'm African American, we both share the American beliefs and the American dream." And I said, "You know what, dude?
Hi, me. Are you a Trump supporter?
I am not.
Okay, all right. Well, just looking for Trump supporters, but I'm going to let you back down. Thank you for being
Oh,
here.
no problem.
So I told him that, and he was saying, "You know what, dude? I
All right,
know."
guys. So let me do this really quick. All right. Let's see here. I had it over here. Shout out to the Good Vibe Vet. I like your name for the $9.99 super chat. They said, "Hiccup, you gotta." Disgusting. They're all fucking disgusting. They're just disgusting. Just nasty. Shout out to the Good Vibe Vet. Go ahead and drop those hearts in the chat. Also, shout out to Jules the Redhead. I like your name too. Over on the tube for the $4.99 super chat, they said, "Random fact, Cordero is a Spanish surname that means lamb. Thank you for all you do, Erica." Oh, well, thank you so much for being here, Jules the Redhead. I appreciate you. I appreciate you too, Good Vibe Vet. Y'all drop some hearts in the chat. Let's keep doing all of the good things, guys. All of the good things. If you'd like to support the live, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. I also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9 at gmail.com. Again, that's everything with Erica9 at gmail.com for Zelle. And on PayPal and Venmo, everything with Erica. All right. Your love, your support, your encouragement, and most definitely your engagement is appreciated. And speaking of engagement, guys, let's go ahead and knock out the mommies. All right. Let's get rid of the mommies. We only have 5 of those to go. So we're halfway there. All right. And thank you so much for getting us up to 200,000 likes. I appreciate y'all. Mommy. Cool. I look fantastic. The brows on this thing are amazing. Oh
Wait,
my gosh.
is that
Yeah,
a
like
Charlie?
fucking fantastic.
Is that a Charlie
sorry.
Kirk hat? That red hat you have on?
I'm sorry, what?
Is that a Charlie Kirk hat you had on? That's
No,
the red
no,
hat.
no, absolutely not.
What does that
No.
hat says? It's
This
red.
this literally hat says something that you probably could never understand. It says Kamala would never.
She's a DEI hire. I don't get it.
You're really trying hard, aren't you?
No,
You're
I'm
just
not.
trying so hard.
I'm not.
Troll harder. Do better. I told you to get creative.
Well, look,
Get creative.
she was the border czar for 4
You're
years.
choosing.
What did she do as vice president? Can you tell me?
What did Mike Pence? A matter of fact, hold on, time out. Here's what I want you to do. Here's literally what I want you to do.
I don't like Mike
Okay.
Pence.
I want you. No. I want you to name all of our vice presidents since the Reagan administration. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll see if I can go far enough. Okay. Now Trump. For
He's
second
Googling,
time.
guys.
Yes. We got Vice President JD Vance, Kamala Harris. What is after Kamala? Oh, Mike Pence. After we got Joe Biden. After Joe Biden, we have Dick Cheney.
Yeah, he's Googling.
After Dick Cheney, I'm not Googling. After Dick Cheney, we have Al Gore. After Al Gore, for Reagan, we got George H.W. Bush.
Who was Bush's vice president?
H.W. Bush. I think it was like Dahl, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was definitely Googling that, guys. He was definitely Googling that. So, can you tell us what legislation did any of those vice presidents pass? Tell us.
Mike Pence, I don't like him because he had the choice to overturn the. He had the choice to.
I didn't ask you why you liked him. I didn't
don't
ask
like
that
him.
question.
He's a
Or if
traitor.
you liked him, I
He's a
asked you what did
traitor.
he do? What did any of those vice presidents do?
He
What
helped.
legislation?
He helped to secure the border,
No, he didn't.
and then like, oh my God, why is Kamala doing this?
This kid is ridiculous. I just want to let y'all know that. This kid is absolutely ridiculous. I really just want to let y'all know that.
But
If y'all haven't
why?
caught on, he's absolutely ridiculous.
No, you're ridiculous because you only voted for Kamala because she's a woman.
Yeah, sure. You got it, buddy. Hold on one moment, okay? All right. Brown, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am.
Brown, go back to the UK, bro.
Brown, like, Brown, how old are you?
I'm 22.
You're 22? Okay. All right. What state do you live in?
I'm in California.
You're in California? Okay. All right. What time is it in California?
What time
Wait,
it is?
Are you
It's 8:54.
Are you discriminating him? You're
What time is it?
discriminating him.
8:54.
8:54? All right. How long have you been in the United States?
About 2 years.
Why are you
About 2
questioning? You're
years?
racist. You're racist. You're questioning him. His
About 2
citizenship.
years? Okay. And what's the capital of California?
The capital is boiled bubblegum.
There you go. All right. Glad to have you here, Brown. Have a great night.
Boiled bubblegum.
Wait,
I
what
swear
is
to
that?
God, He gets
But,
me every
why,
time.
why were you questioning his citizenship?
He gets me every single time. Hush
What do
up,
you mean?
Trump. You don't know what's happening
Oh,
here.
now you want to be racist to me.
Hush up. You don't know what's
mean-
happening here. He
You
gets me
said
every
hush
single
up.
time.
That's what they did
Yeah,
to the
just
slave. Like they did that to the people. Why are you like?
I'm not going to continue to live like this. I'm not. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to continue to live like this. I'm not living like that. Nope. Absolutely not. I refuse. I refuse. It ain't nope. Mm-mm. 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 I don't get paid enough for this shit. I'm just gonna let y'all know that. I don't get paid enough for this shit. I don't get paid enough for this. So I'm gonna let you all know that. I don't. Y'all tell me some thank you. I should have did a kick goal. Tell me some thank you. What are we doing? I don't get paid enough for this. I don't. Anywho. My God. Hey, Ann, thank you so much for the $5. Ann said all he's spewing is rhetoric talking points. Yes. Betting these $5 he doesn't even know the 3 branches of government. Definitely 19. Ma'am, he would have known because he would have Googled it, just like he Googled the vice presidents. Okay. So that he would have known. Thank you, Gucci. I'm a mommy. That's what I'm saying. I'm a mommy. I finally figured out. And the brows are awesome. I'm a mommy. Oh, that was a lot. That was a lot. All right, 2 more of the mummies, guys. I know we can do it. 2 more of the mummies. But yeah. Woo, guys. Woo. All right. I need a poll, guys. I need to know what you all think. What do you all think we should do? Should we get one more? Should we get one more? Is that what we should do? Get one more up in here? Let's find out. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a poll. All right. Let's see. Let's do a sad face for one more. Sad face for one more. A happy face for, you know what? Time to go to sleep. All right. Time to go to sleep. Happy face. Sad face. One more. Let's see what happens. Let's see. I am convinced that you all are sadists. Y'all are sadists. I'm the masochist and you all are the sadists. That's what we have going on here. That's crazy. Oh, I just changed the rules. If we don't get 50 sad faces, I'm going to sleep. Boom. There we go. 50. I need 50 sad faces. If we don't get 50, then I'm going to sleep. We only had 31. I'm not even going to ask YouTube. Nope. Nope. Not doing it. Nope. See, look at that. See, nope. And the poll. Oh, shit. You guys only got 4 seconds. We're not going to get it. I'm going to sleep. 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 It's time to go to sleep. It's time to go to sleep. I tried, guys. I really did try. I tried. That's crazy. That's crazy work. Not people sending the darn going sad face in the comments. Y'all was supposed to tap. God damn. Y'all was supposed to tap. Y'all was supposed to tap. Why did you all do that? You were supposed to tap. Oh, thank you, Julia Guglia. I like your name. That's funny. Julia Guglia for the wow. The wow. I like it. For the $5 wow. That's cool. Is that a sticker? That's neat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. The reason why I'm respecting my viewers' wishes is simply because 45 people did the poll, and then we had like 31 people send sad face emojis. If I add those numbers together, that's definitely more than 50. So here I am. And thank you so much for knocking out the mummies. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all. Hi, user. Are you a Trump supporter?
Get a job and now you can go to bed.
You said get a job? I have a job. What are we talking about? Did he leave? He just told me to get a job. I have a job though. What are we doing? This is my job, amongst other things. You know how much work this shit is? It's a lot. A lot. Like I'm gonna have a meeting after this. I have to have a meeting. And then just for shits and giggles. Guys, you all love Hector, right? Like y'all love Hector? Yeah, you thought it was gonna be gobble gobble gobble. I can't remember how to do the turkey noise, Gucci. There we go. There we go. The turkey noise. This is like literally the only time I do this is for the turkey face. Gobble gobble. I'm not well. I'm not well. Are Shauna and Hector available? Are we gonna decompress? Are we about to decompress? Gucci, no, I have to. I want to. I want to. I'm sorry, but I want to. I really do. I want to. It's not even a matter of I don't have to. It's because I want to. But no, you guys love Hector. Okay, great. All right. Hector's pretty fucking awesome. So with Hector being super duper fucking awesome, all right, Hector and I have teamed up for the Fun and Facts show. All right, if you check out my story, it's the very first story there. All right. Hector is pretty cool too. All right, it's pretty cool. All right. Hector and I don't do pickle time anymore. I mean, I mean, I mean, I mean, I mean, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? You want me to do pickle time? What do you want me to do? All right. I mean, pickle time is the strange for change. That's what pickle time is, the strange for change. All right. For like pickle time, we really have to do, some change to get some strange. I'm just going to be perfectly honest with you. Like pickle time will take something, I don't know. We have to have like, I don't know. I don't know what it was taking for pickle time. I don't know. I haven't been in a pickle time spirit. I just haven't. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. What do you want me to do? Like, how can I get back into pickle time spirit? No, I haven't done pickle time in a long time. Like, seriously. Like, pickle time would definitely take some encouragement to do. Like, seriously. And if you know me, you know what that is. So, anywho, with that being said, guys, if they release the files, we get the pickle time. Okay, so if they release the files, you get the pickle. Okay, bet. Got you. I got you. If they release the files, I'll give you guys a pickle. But let me see here. I do want to do dad jokes, but I don't think Sean and Hector are available. All right. And I really can't be taking chances with the chat. I'm not gonna kid you. Sometimes the chat comes up and we get some really, really like some stuff that I'm like, oh shit, my lab about to get taken down. So yeah, we gotta chill. But with that being said, I was talking about Hector. Hector and I are going to be hosting the Fun and Fact show tomorrow. All right, we're doing it weekly on Wednesdays at 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, I'm the fun, he's the facts. All right. And we're going to be talking, of course, politics, current events, amongst other things. You never know what we may talk about because, again, I'm extremely random and I am the fun. I am the fun. So, yeah, check that out tomorrow, guys. Check it out tomorrow. Don't miss it. All right. 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Listen to us while you do your chores around the house. Listen to it while you do your homework or while you're at work, while you're driving. Don't watch us while you're driving, but listen while you're driving. All right. Put us in your ear because we are here to give you your weekly news updates. All right. On a Wednesday afternoon. Gobble, 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 gobble. All right. But yeah, so join us for the Fun and Facts show. I can't fucking wait because it's going to be awesome. It's the second episode. All right. It'll be right here on TikTok and we will be streaming to the tube. Oh, I don't know what that was. Gucci. I don't know what that one was. That one, Gucci, I could not get the tongue to go down. I could not get the tongue to go down, Gucci. I'm so sorry. I apologize to you for that. But yeah, so yeah, join us for the Fun and Fact show. It's going to be super, super duper awesome. So we look forward to having you there. Yes, we will be streaming to the tube and also on Twitch. So we'll definitely see you there. Corey, please get on the oh my gosh. All right. I wish. Anywho, moving on. So with that being said, guys, let's call it a night. All right. It's time for me to go, get ready for bedtime. Actually, I have a meeting. I gotta go to a meeting this fucking hour. But time for me to call it a night. All right. It's time for me to get prepared for the evening nap. With that being said, thank you all so very much for doing all of the good things. Thank you guys for tapping the screen. I appreciate each and every last one of you. Thank you so very much. Also, we only have one more turkey head to go. Can someone knock that out, please? Please, I beg. All right, do it for the turkey noise. All right. Also, thank you to everyone who sent a donation, who of course sent a gift, who tapped the screen, shared it, reposted. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you to the tubers for hanging out tonight. Also, Twitchers for liking the stream, doing all of the good things, super chats, and all that good jazz. Thank you, Hot Girl Money. Gobble, 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 gobble. Wait, I got to do a turkey noise. Wait, I can't remember how to do it. Shit, I forgot that fast. Yeah, I'm going to go see the lady. I got to go see the lady. I have to talk to her. I'm not well. Anywho, with that being said, guys, I'm going to leave you with this as I always do. We're not doing a raid tonight. Not tonight, we're not. No raid. Just wherever you go, say Erica raid, and you never know, you might see me there. So wherever you go, just drop a bunch of hearts in the chat and say Erica raid or put dad jokes in the comments. I don't know. Do something. You all know me. Y'all know how I operate. Just do it. I appreciate y'all. Just say Erica raid and we'll get it started. With that being said, if you can't do something kind for yourselves, please do something kind for someone else. I absolutely adore you guys. I love y'all. Thank you so much for the support